What's going on? It's your dog Art Man Boxing, and I'm back with another boxing conversation. Um, Boxing 2022 is finally here. Last night we had a good fight, man. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Then we saw the young brother Frank Martin put on a monstrous performance over Duno. Man, boxing 2022 is looking pretty good. But let me go ahead and send this link out and let everybody know that we are here live. But yeah, it's a little surprise show. I ain't really let too many people know I was live. Just wanted to chop it up about the fight. I ain't gonna be on here too long, man. But let me go ahead and send this link out. Yeah, let me go ahead and send. Yo, what's going on, man? Hold on, let me fix my camera real quick. Yo, what's going on? Hold on one second. What's going on, family? No, I'm just chilling in the crib today. I got to catch up on some work. I had y'all the first piece of artwork for 2022. So let me see. Let me get this camera right. Yeah. But shout out to y'all. Okay. Yeah, I'm over here drawing this picture of the goat. So art them pictures funny as hell. Yeah, hell yeah. I seen them shits, man. Man, fuck that guy, Tyson Fury, dude. I swear I just still be thinking about that shit like this conniving bastard. They really let him get that shit. But it's all good. I ain't mad. Here we are in 2022. As we seen the heavyweight division, it made people really appreciate the bronze bomber, dude. Because people's like, hold on, man, I'm tired of seeing dudes go all 12. What is this? What is this? They tired of dudes going all 12. and they missing the bronze bomber. And I said, look, we were all saying it. We're like, y'all, stop saying y'all want heavyweights with skills, because if y'all want heavyweight skills, that's it. Look at Frank Sanchez. You seen what happened last night? That shit put my pops to sleep. He was knocked out. He was like, hell nah. That nigga was knocked the hell out because there was no knockouts. Wasn't even a knockdown in that shit. And that dude came in like, what? He only had like a week. He took this fight on a week's notice, they say. Man, say. That's not a good look, Frank Sanchez. Should have just fought F.A. Job and just chilled for the rest of the year. If we knew he was going to come back looking like that, that was looking like a sparring session on one of your bad days. Real shit. Said, appreciate his retirement. Hell yeah. Said, what's going on? Said 3-0, bad luck too. Nah, nigga. You know, it's a bad luck being on drugs. Hey, did y'all hear what the legend Lennox Lewis said last night? Because Kate was sucking the UK off and foreign countries off. Oh yeah, look at that guy. The champion's from my country now. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. And this and that. Now bullshit. And you know, they try to show the legacy of heavyweights or whatever. And one thing they asked Lennox Lewis was, why do you think the heavyweights are getting so big? And Lennox Lewis, he was like, yo, he's staying on cold. He like, shit. Probably because all the steroids and the guy and the way he said it too. He said the steroids in the food. And I said, oh shit. Lennox Lewis, you're a real one. Had to set these motherfuckers straight. Let's be real. You know, some of these dudes wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now if it wasn't for the steroids they were taking. You know, you just don't have a recovery time like that. Come back with stamina in the 12th round as a fucking 7 foot coke addict. Hell no. But we know what time it is. Well, we know what time it is. But yeah, so I'm not an N, I'm white. I don't give a fuck what you are. Did you see my message? Nah, I ain't see that. Send it to me, my DM. Said, learn to talk without nonsense. Be a man. I am a man. I am a man. You know what your boy Tyson Fury is? A 7 foot, roided up, giant coke ogre. That's exactly what he is. Your man needs drugs. He needs the help of Daniel Cunningham to win a fight against a guy who started boxing at 21. How pathetic. How pathetic is for Tyson Fury to be training his whole entire life as a boxer, named after a boxer, just to get laid on his back by a dude who was working at IHOP and shit, and working at what's that company delivering beers and shit? Come on, bro. At 21, you're named after Mike Tyson, but you getting laid out. You need drugs. You need drugs to beat this dude, man. But you know, it's nothing new. We seen what happened, you know. They can't compete with us, so they have to get on drugs, man. Said there's a better qualities of heavyweights now than the Klitschko's era. Yeah, Budweiser. He's working with Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? And they want to sit here trying to hate. Like, dude, come on now. Like, you were born, damn near born in the boxing gym. You're born in the boxing gym. And you going life or death with this guy? Hey, you can call me deluded or all you want. It's the proof is in the pudding. The man's advisor is not even the man's advisor is banned from this country, but he wants to call us deluded. So be it. I don't give a fuck. He said, Oh my lord, man. But yeah, this dude got me distracted and shit. But let's talk about that great fight last night. Man, I was surprised, man. I really thought Martin was gonna get Ortiz out of there. Yeah, I lost my $50. So be it. Who cares? But I had it on Martin. I thought Martin was gonna do his thing, man. He did drop Ortiz, and it showed Ortiz aged in that fight. Most definitely. Dropped him with a jab. Martin thought it was over. I was like, oh yeah, Martin getting on his ass. And then Ortiz was like, you know what? Let me turn up. And when he turned up on him, he hit him with that punch. That man didn't know where he was at. When I seen that, I said, oh yeah, it's over. Y'all seen that? I was on the live stream last night. When that shit happened, I was like, yeah, it's over. Fight's over. He said, get a real job. I have a real job. And this is a cool job. What you talking about, dude? Why you hating? This is a cool job. Getting paid to draw my favorite boxers and shit. Put it on t-shirts and wear it. Sell it online to people from your country. So I got a couple packages I got to ship to the UK right now. Don't call himself Uncle Phil. Who is this guy? Just want to come around. Hey, and he must be from the UK. He sound like a British T fan. But yeah, he heard me talking about Wilder, and then he came. I don't know. These guys are secret fans of Wilder, and they show. It shows, man. The fight is supposed to be Ortiz versus Frank Martin, and all you hear is Wilder, Wilder this, Wilder that. I mean, Ortiz versus Charles Martin, I meant. And all you hear is Wilder this, Wilder that. And I'm like, dude, I thought you guys hated Wilder. Why are you still talking about him? The man's talking about retiring, and you guys are still talking about him. Oh, wait. Probably because you guys are bigger fans than us. Just like how you guys are Art Man fans. Hating on me, but on my page daily. I don't come to your page and start hating. You come to my page and start hating. Uncle Phil. But yeah, we just having a good time. Every day is a good day when you paint. So Uncle Phil's a dead disappear, you clown. Hey, get him out of here. Yeah. This is be hating for no reason. But you coming up? This is the first. Well, it's the second day of the New Year's, and you over here hating on my page like I did something to you. Like I took his girl or something. He on my page. Yeah, you Art Man. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Wilder lost, man. Fury's not in the mob, dude. Of course he ate that boar penis. Of course boar penis helps you out. Duh. We eat it all the time. Scary ass. Look at that shit. These dudes are so fucking weird, man. You gotta watch out for these guys. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those type of guys. Says salute to Art, man. Yeah, salute to you, man. Yo, what's going on? Said losers weird. Yeah, these dudes are weird. Fuck fear, cheating ass for life. For life, nigga.
What's good, Art?
Enjoying my Sunday though. Doing laundry, working on this fucking fine art. This is my first piece of the year. So far, so good.
Oh, that Bud? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't even.
Okay. Okay, that's what's up.
I know because everybody, assume I'm just a Bud hater.
You know you're gonna have to draw him when Spence take that belt off him too, right?
He said when Spence
When you
take the
give him that
belt.
work.
What?
Yep. Yep. When you give him that work, you're gonna have to draw that too. I'm a cop it. It's gonna be crazy when that fight happened though.
Bud versus Spence.
Yep.
That's gonna be a good fucking fight, dude. I swear. That's our Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, I keep saying it's gonna be Winky Wright and Shane Mosley. For those who know, if you know, you know. You know what? I always say Earl fight like Winky, so
Think Earl gonna put it on him? I just think Earl's just too strong, man. And people got it twisted because they keep. I hear things on the net like, "Oh, Earl haven't knocked a nigga out since he haven't knocked a nigga out since back in 5 years, 5 years ago." And I just be like, whatever. You say you got to see how he looks against Yugas. Woo! I think that's gonna be really telling. I feel like that's why Errol Spence in the gym going hard right now, because a lot of eyes gonna be on him in that fight. I mean, but I don't think he really worried because a lot of eyes were on him in that Danny Garcia fight. We ain't never worried. I mean, of course, there's a level of concern, but he shouldn't be out here, getting scared or whatever. I'm pretty sure Errol ain't no fucking scared, but you know what I'm saying. But he should have a level of concern, like, yeah, Bud is not some guy, some walk in the park, and Yuka's not some walk in
finna
the
go
park
home.
either.
So
You said what?
I said they
You said Errol about
disconnected.
to send Yuka's home?
I was saying,
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, dude. Um, I just want to see how he looks against Yugas. Cause like I said, Yugas is not no walk in the park. Yugas gave my dog Jamal James his first L. A lot of people felt like Yugas beat Sean Porter. I'm not one of those people, but
I
some
thought he
people
did.
do. I don't think so. I feel like
Man,
if they would have counted that as a knockdown,
it's
he
gonna
would
be
have.
a good fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. Feel like Earl gonna put it on him. He's just gonna be he a better boxer out of the two, so those fundamentals is going it's gonna break this down. You know, his jab, his body work, his constant pressure. It's gonna be a fight. He might stop Ugas.
This Yugas fight is a kind of a perfect fight for Spence to come back to. I ain't gonna lie. You think Yugas has enough
Yeah, we're
power
gonna
to
see.
upset?
Good. You know, he can, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Man, if Earl get hurt or Buzz or anything in this fight, people gonna be talking so much shit. You know that, right?
Oh, of course, they always talking shit, man. I just saw on Twitter. Dude said Josh Taylor will beat the shit out of Spence. Like, get the
Hey,
fuck
I
out of
seen
here,
that. I
man.
was like, bro, don't even like. Come on now, don't even entertain that shit. We know what time it is. I'm already picking Josh Taylor
Yeah.
to lose to fucking to Javante Davis, dude.
Yeah, Josh Taylor will get knocked out by Tank. Tank will knock him out. Like it's gonna be a fight for however long it lasts, but Tank will eventually break him down.
And they know it.
Yep. They thought Tiafimo would have beat Tank. They thought Tiafimo would have beat Devin, and you saw what happened with him and Cambosis.
They was like, look at what Linares did to Devin. Imagine Tio. Yeah, imagine Tio in there getting his ass schooled. Can't even land that damn punch.
Not only that, imagine him getting scored and then stopped by Tank. Like if
Mm,
Tank would have hit him with that shot that got him put down, he wouldn't have got back up.
that's for damn sure.
Yep, that's facts.
Uh-huh.
That's why he ain't want. That's why he didn't want to fight Devin. He didn't want to fight Devin because he didn't want to get his ass whooped.
Bro, you just
Point
know
blank.
when a nigga don't want to fight, bro. Let's be real. It's a different energy that you have when you know you want to fight. Like like Tank, he wanted to fight Tevin Farmer.
Facts. He did. Devin Farmer should have took that money to fight Tank. Look at him now.
Exactly.
You're right, Art. It's a different energy when you want to fight and you know you can win a fight. Like,
Of course, like, dude, I just remember being in the streets. If somebody wanted to fight me, dude, and I know I got it, I'll warn the dude, like, nigga, you sure this is what you want to do? Because I know what I'm capable of.
yeah. Yep. Like Earl Spence. You know Earl confident when he walked into that ring. You know he can win that fight. No matter who in that ring. Wilder. Wilder's confident. You know he can win that fight. He walk into that ring. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Devin's confident he can win a fight against anybody when he walk into that ring. So these motherfuckers coming here, they scared. They get in there with the Canelo and they scared. They get in there, they don't think they can win, so they don't go for no gusto, man. They fight scared as shit. You saw Callum Smith after Canelo. You saw him in there with Canelo. You saw him after Canelo when he moved up. So
Yeah, that was a
it's
little
a major
fishy to me.
difference.
A
That
little
was some
fishy.
bullshit.
It's a little fishy
He
if you
threw the
ask
most
me.
jabs in the division, and then he don't throw no fucking jabs against Canelo. He just let Canelo walk him down and hit his fucking arms and shit.
And the fans say because he's just scared to get countered. Because Canelo's just that powerful. Canelo's just super, super strong. Canelo's just a god. That's why they call him God Nello. There's dudes calling him God Nello. That's wild. But it is what it is. Let me find out y'all in the chat call him God Nello. He said you just can't knock Earl out, but he could get outboxed. I don't know. I don't know about that one, Jack. I don't know what that. But yeah, I like Yugas, man. I really do. And I like Errol. But everybody's concerned because Errol hasn't been in the ring for quite some time. And I'm concerned myself because that ring rust, it does take a lot out of you. Like you could be all fine in the surface, look all muscular, and look all, ripped and shit. But then you get in that ring, you throw punches, and your reaction time is different, or your punch resistance is different because you haven't been punched in a long time for real, for real. So you're like, oh shit, this feels a little different. Next thing you know it, you looking like Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Which was not good. And everybody down you. They're like, oh shit. At first, it was like, oh shit, Keith Thurman easily beat Manny Pacquiao. After that Josecito Lopez performance, they was like, hold on, Pacquiao the favorite. Real shit. Say if Bud ever fight Yugas, I got Yugas. Hey, Coward Diller, you tripping, cuz. You tripping big time. You tripping, nigga. I don't know about that shit. You lost me with that. You had me in the first half. Yugas is good, man, but I don't know, dude. He might be. I don't know. This might be his time to go. It's only right. He gonna give Errol Spence a tough fight though, for as long as it lasts. For as long as it lasts, he gonna give him a tough fight. But then I see Errol Spence going there working him. Man, did y'all see Frank Martin last night, dude? Frank Martin in there looking like a young Errol Spence. I like that shit. I really do. Yeah, I like that dude, Frank Martin. He looking real good out here. He fight like Errol Spence. And I was telling people, I said, dude, man, Derek James, he got those sharks in there. Yeah. Hey, they wild. They said who will win at 135, Bud versus Lomachenko. Could you imagine? But what's going on, Crod?
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Shit, I'm just chilling. I'm lit. I'm
Yeah, those
lit
fights
throwing
were
this
crazy
picture.
last night.
You said what?
I said those fights were crazy last night.
That Johnny Rice fight fucking bullshit. It pissed me off. I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a banger because the first one was decent.
Yeah, I thought Johnny was gonna knock him out.
He was getting there. He fucked him up though.
Yeah, I don't understand why people thought Michael Coffey had a chance. It's not like his style was ever getting any different.
Yeah, he had nothing for him. I
Yeah,
start I started feeling bad for him at a point. I was like, oh shit, okay.
yeah. I was even talking with Kana Loco about it earlier, and I just told him straight up, I didn't see any changes from Michael. Jonathan Rice contained him, with the jab, and it just looked like Coffee just went in there to think like he was gonna knock him out, and he got brutally outboxed to the point where his same eye that got shut in the first fight, it was worse.
They should make Charles Martin versus Michael Kofi.
Yeah, I could see that fight probably. It makes better sense. But
But
on top
Michael
of that,
Kofi need to go back to the military because that shit ain't it.
yeah, I think Michael Coffey just needs to give up boxing, just
Yeah, that
because
was that was a beating. For what?
I mean, Jonathan Rice probably won't do anything. do anything spectacular in the heavyweight division, but he's definitely like a bad style matchup for any boxer that can't handle his basic fundamentals.
His basic fundamental. That's what exactly what it is, and people just, I don't know. He just couldn't get past it.
Yeah, and I mean it's like very sad because it's like that the average person should know that the only way that you actually really do beat a pure standard boxer is that you have to utilize a proper jab, but also you have to utilize the pressure early. You can't just try to outbox a boxer. And I think Coffee could have made it a lot easier to himself if he just worked the body early because Jonathan Rice was fading out a lot sooner when Coffee was landing all them body shots in the mid to late rounds, but that just kind of fell off, and then Michael Coffey just got his ass beat. So
And the rest is history.
yeah, I just don't like it how the PBC tries to big up some fighters to say like they're good, but then but that one particular fight that's gonna expose them is just gonna like bring them back down. You know what I'm saying?
Like they were boosting up Michael Coffey at a point, huh?
Yeah, they were. I was like thinking to myself like how can PBC be talking about how good he is, knowing that he really hasn't fought any like top 100 heavyweight. Honestly,
They just be hoping they can get another Wilder.
I'd say that person would probably be Jared Anderson or maybe Stephen Big Shot Shaw or maybe Dakari Scott.
And so crazy. As much as people hate Wilder, when the next heavyweights from America come up, they have to be. When they think about like great American fighters, heavyweight champions, they have to think about Deontay Wilder because he did hold the belt for 5 years,
Yeah,
undefeated.
and I mean like we're probably never gonna get that unless either of those names that I mentioned will probably end up fighting one another, and then if they all do become champions, it's probably going to
You
be.
think Jared Anderson will become a champion one day?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I mean, at the state of like the heavyweight division now, I probably would say so. Top rank, top rank will probably set him up for some title fight for the WBO or whatever.
Of course, the WBO.
But it's like I don't see why Jared Anderson would want to stay with Top Rank because it's like like when those big money fights do come up, it's not like he's going to be standing right behind Bob Arum for that. He's going to have to take control of his career, and he has to make a huge decision. Do I
If I was Jared Anderson, I would have been on Twitter right now saying, "I want Ortiz."
Really?
I swear I would. Even if the fight doesn't even happen, I'll just say it. Just to keep my name ringing.
I mean, Ortiz is like mandatory for Usyk or AJ, so.
Ortiz is the mandatory for who?
Usyk or AJ for the IBF. So, like, after Usyk gets his, rematch out the way with AJ, Ortiz will be standing next in line for the IBF.
Oh shit! What if Wilder fight Ortiz again for that mandatory spot?
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. I'd be surprised.
Well, Wilder versus Ortiz 4 would it be?
Ortiz 3.
3,
Ortiz.
yeah.
Yep, it'll be a trilogy.
I don't know. I was thinking 4 for some reason.
Probably like Wilder Fury 4.
Do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Fuck it, right? I told people, I said, man, y'all don't even understand. There's casuals that don't even know that they fought 2 times already.
Yep.
Literally. They just remembered a great ass heavyweight fight and says, you know what, fuck it. If it's on again, they'll watch it. Trust me.
I mean, Deontay Wilder doesn't need Tyson Fury, but it seems like Tyson Fury needs, Deontay Wilder more than Wilder needs him. So,
of course. Wilder can fight Ortiz again. That shit would probably do numbers.
Yeah. Or Wilder could fight Andy Ruiz. He could fight anybody. I just wish Deontay Wilder could probably just, get his two-time heavyweight championship status out the way, and then after that, just hang it up. I say. I mean, that's just though.
He can hang it up now if he wanted to. Keep it 100.
Yeah. I mean, do you want him to hang it up, or do you think he should, get, a little bit more legacy in?
I think he should do what he want to do. But if it was up to me, I would probably try to get a Ruiz fight in or hang it up.
Yeah, I agree. I just think of
Either
this.
another fight with Fury or a trilogy, or a fight with Ruiz.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have like a feeling Tyson Fury is going to vacate against Dillian White because I heard that the first bid is on January 11th, and if that first bid can't be honored, then pretty sure Fury he's going to vacate anyway.
Yeah, because they're already talking about he's going to just defend his lineal belt.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because you have like no fucking title, so I don't see how that works out.
Defending that ring belt.
I don't see the need of having that belt be in existence, honestly.
I mean, it's a nice. I like the colors.
Yeah,
That's
it looks okay. I mean, if it was like an actual belt, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know, man. I just think like at this point, Deontay Wilder, he doesn't need to give anything else more to the sport. He could just hang it up and say, you know what, fuck Tyson Fury. I'm so better than him, and I'm so better than everybody else. So
Yeah, fuck it.
yeah, I wish I could meet Deontay Wilder.
Shit. I mean, I was feet away from him, but
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but that was in a situation where it was like, it was after the fight.
Oh, okay. So he needed to go back and
Yeah,
heal up
he's
and
going
shit.
to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just proud of him, man, because it's just like, he really, like, I don't know, if you really think about it, he's just like another GOAT, in the making, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to be here.
Yeah, and I mean, he's technically like a, like a one and done fighter, so that basically speaks a lot of volume.
Yeah, he did his thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he retires or chooses to retire, shit, that's fine by me. I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
But last night made us really appreciate it because it's like, dude, man, Frankie Sanchez, he stunk up the place.
Yeah, he really made boxing like really bad.
Yeah, people are looking like, what is this?
Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna stop Christian Hammer, and then I was just like, wait a minute, he's not even like hurting him. Then Christian Hammer, he's like smiling at him, like.
Yeah, I remember I said that on the live. I'm like, oh, this is bad, man. This is fucking bad because he's smiling at him. I said, oh shit.
I mean, if a fighter smiles at you, knowing that you can't even hurt him, that pretty much shows that you're basically food for like the next opponent that's gonna eye you. So
Food for the next opponent that took the fight on a longer notice.
I will say, guys like Trevor Bryan could probably stop him. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I'm gonna keep it on with you. I've never really seen this Trevor Bryan guy that y'all keep on talking
Yeah.
about.
Take a look at him. He's a pretty good fighter. He beat Bermain Stavern for the title vacancy, but that was for the WBA regular title. Even though Bermain Stavern, he was like way past his prime, but Trevor Bryan, beat the crap out of him. I believe he stopped him in 11 rounds. But yeah, take a look at him. He's awesome.
You think he can beat Wilder?
No, I don't think so. Even at the current physical condition that Wilder's in, but
You
I
think he
think he
can
could.
beat you think he can beat what's his name? Gerald Anderson?
That fight might be 50-50 because Trevor can hit, but it's like Jared Anderson has like a great gas tank and he has great athletic ability. So I would assume that what Jared Anderson would do against a crafty veteran like Trevor, he's probably going to take his time. But I think the biggest thing is that like obviously Jared's chin hasn't been tested. His late game potential hasn't been tested. Of can he go deep waters? And Trevor has shown to do very well in a how should I say, in a late game situation. Whenever he is tired. And I will say that if he does come out, the same way like he did against Bermain Stavern, if not better, he'll probably give Jared Anderson a tougher fight. So I will say he's not a pushover. That's for sure.
Man, what do you think about Joe? Where's Joe Joyce? Where the hell is? What is he doing next?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, what the fuck happened to him? See, that's why that I don't like British fighters because their level of inactivity like really pisses me off. And like whoever they're fighting, it's just like I never really asked for that fight to happen.
It's like who is there for him to fight?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Joe Joyce need to talk about fighting fucking Ortiz then.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like him and Luis Ortiz this past weekend would have been the perfect fight. And then on top of that, if you really think about it, if you had that fight happen this past weekend, and then if you had like Charles Martin versus like let's just say Daniel Dubois, that would have been a damn good fight too.
What you think about Daniel Dubois?
I think he's a bum. I mean, as much as I do like him, like obviously, I'm not gonna try to be as disrespectful, but I'm just keeping it, honest. I just don't think he's good yet because he hasn't figured everything out properly.
I was super disappointed that he couldn't even get past the fucking jab.
Yeah, that was very sad. I thought Joe Joyce was just using basic fundamentals and got whatchamacallit, he got Daniel Dubois extremely hurt several times in which he could have stopped him, but that fight was just very disappointing. Daniel Dubois was supposed to knock him out.
What you think about your boy Gerald Washington?
Gerald Washington, he sucks. Gerald Washington was like literally like basically he's a black version of Orlando Salido, technically. Yeah, that's basically how I view him. Absolute
Damn.
journeyman. But it was just very sad to see him go out like that. But that Turkish dude was beating the crap out of him.
I hate seeing shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to see him continue, but I just knew that Turkish guy was going to knock him out. But I was going to say the other fight that happened, the Victor Faust guy and the Iago Kalatse fight. I thought that fight was like a robbery. stoppage.
That shit was terrible, Dick. Both of them fights was terrible. Under the best fights on that card, they should have put Frank Martin and Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin as the fucking headliner.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Frank Martin should have been like a co-main event at least. I mean, like Frank Martin, did so good. So I don't see why PBC couldn't have made that into a co-main event fight.
That's why I feel like after his performance, he showed the world that he's must see TV.
Yeah, I mean at 15-0, that's very impressive.
With 14 knockouts, right?
I believe he's at 12. 12 or 13. I could be wrong. But he is a very high class level fighter at this point.
And I'm telling people, he fights like a young, small Errol Spence.
Yeah, he's like a
he
clone.
does the same combinations: the jab, overhand, mix him up to the body. But I've been hearing a lot of people talk shit about Derek James, and that's how I know Derek James' name's starting to get out here more, and he's starting to become recognized. It's because people are saying, "Oh, Derek James doesn't know how to teach his fighters how to fight off the back foot. His fighters don't know how to fight off the back foot."
Frank Martin was just fucking doing that.
I know, but you know the haters, man. You know that. What's life without the haters?
Dude, it don't even make any sense. That's like saying Derrick Rose, he can't, make a three, without driving to the basket for like a slam dunk. Knowing that Derrick Rose, he is a good 3-point shooter, but he just doesn't utilize his 3-point shooting ability. Actually, he got better as a 3-point shooter after he recovered from his ACL injury. Oh man, I miss Derrick Rose, man.
You say Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too much of a
NBA fan.
NBA fan or whatever, but I like watching it though in person.
And my Bulls are number 1 in the Eastern Conference.
You said the Timberwolves?
No, the Chicago Bulls are number 1 in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. See, I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah, that's the conference. Yeah, the NBA has two conferences to seed up with the ranked teams, for the playoffs. The Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. So the Bulls, they're in the Eastern Conference, and I believe they are number 1 in the East.
So who you think will win a fight though? LeBron James or Kevin Durant?
Oh man. I mean,
that's what I want to know.
I mean, based off of physique, I'd probably say LeBron because he's like a way bigger, heavyweight style type of fighter. But I mean, if KD has, the reach advantage over him, I'm pretty sure he does because he has, longer arms. I think Kevin Durant would probably stop him.
You think LeBron James will ever get in one of these YouTube boxing matches? Hell no.
Nah, I don't think so. I think NBA players need to stick to their sport.
I do think Kevin Durant will win. Because Kevin Durant do got long reach, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he got long ass arms. I find it really crazy that Deontay Wilder, he actually, was gonna play basketball or football, but he gave up on that.
Yeah, because that's just I don't know, man. Sometimes people be thinking, or people think that just because you're big, that you're gonna be good at sports. I've met a lot of big people who don't even want to play sports, rather do something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you gotta be in it.
I mean, Deontay Wilder, but theoretically, let's just say if Deontay Wilder did football or basketball, he probably would have been viewed as like a better athlete. But I'm pretty sure people would still hate him outside of what the sport that he would do, just because he's a very unapologetic black person. So
So you watch football, right?
yeah, yep, I do.
Do you think it's odd that there's only like a handful of black quarterbacks
Yeah, I know, right? That's so weird.
out of all the great black American talent in this country? You think there's only a handful that can throw a football?
Yeah, right. That don't make any damn sense.
But you know what it is though? They try to push other positions to the black players. Like they advise them to be like wide receivers and running backs and shit like that instead of quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they don't, you know, give more black players in football the opportunity to be a quarterback, because like, all the white players or the Hispanic looking players, they're okay, but the black quarterbacks tend to do pretty good.
I think it's more of a symbolic thing when it comes to that. I feel like when it comes to quarterbacks, they want it to be like whites to be in charge because isn't in football the quarterback is like the lead, the leader in the on the field, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like it's something that's very symbolic. Like they only want the white guy to be the quarterback, and everybody else protect them.
Yeah, that don't make any damn sense.
Because I see, look, because yes, the only reason I'm bringing this up because I was watching the event and Kate brought up, or not Kate, somebody brought up Brady, Tom Brady. They said he's the
Yep.
best quarterback in the world, or I mean the best football player ever. And I just thought to myself, like, wow, really? Out of all the football players to ever touch the football, Tom Brady's the best ever?
Yeah, that's
C-
really weird.
Really weird, huh? Makes you think.
And I
Better than
want to
Mike Vick,
say
all that.
I want to say there's some political racism to it, but I don't want to stretch it that far because football is becoming a black dominated sport. So,
He said black players are known to run faster, have the stronger physique. That's why they are in that position. I'm just saying, though. Look, let's be. That's true. I get it because he throwing the ball, but you. I'm just saying. Think about it. Like, dude, you don't think there's some black players that can run really fast, are very athletic, and can throw the ball very far because they're very athletic and accurate?
yeah.
Yep. But Brady's the best because he got the. I feel like he got the best team or
Yeah,
had the
because of
best
that.
team.
Yeah. I mean, most of the good players that were with Brady was like pretty much black players. I mean, Gronkowski is an exception, along with, you know, that Dan Edelman guy or the Edelman.
What about that Lamar Jackson guy? You watch him?
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's
Is he
good.
pretty good or what?
Lamar Jackson. Let me look at his stats. Lamar Jackson. Yeah. Well, right now, he just got injured in his third straight game, or he just missed like 3 games, with a ankle injury. But he plays for the Baltimore Ravens, and he's 24, 6'2", 212 pounds. He came out of Louisville. Um,
Hold on. Let me answer this question before I do straight convo. He says, "No, Art. I'm saying, how are you the greatest because you throw the ball? You're not running around being athletic." And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's dudes who hurdled, jumped over dudes. There's guys that did whole front flips and landed in the end zone. Tom Brady ain't doing shit like that. And you saying he's the best out of all guys like that? I don't know. And you see Odell, what's his name?
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr. catching that shit with one hand. Like, bro, I see why they pay him millions of dollars. I can't do no shit like that.
Yeah, but
To
I
my,
say like football is like super like overrated, because it's like like you're looking at men wearing like all these tight ass fucking clothing to act like that they're like superheroes on the field, and it's
hey,
like
I don't watch football, so y'all can't run my word on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like
I'm looking from the outside looking in.
I'm just saying, like compared to other sports, like football takes the least amount of skill to actually develop yourself into a proper athlete.
And I'm so glad that you brought that up because this is the conversation I used to have with my homeboys. I used to, because we used to debate like what sport requires more skill, and I used to say boxing. You need a lot of skill to just unless if you're a natural talent like Wilder, you need a lot of skill to compete rather than catching a ball and running down the field. You know, you need more of a IQ when it comes to boxing, rather than other sports. What do
Yeah,
you think?
I agree. I think boxing is one of the most psychologically difficult sports in the world and physically difficult, and it's by far the most loneliest sport in the world because you can't save anybody in the sport but yourself, and it's just you in the ring. Nobody else can save you. And from what I've learned, stepping into a boxing gym and learning how to, hit and not get hit, I say boxing is one of the most like basically dangerous sports in the world, like next to wrestling, but by far the most technically gifted sport in the world where you need like years of training to actually master it like completely.
Shit, and the most dangerous taking blows. Like, dude, when I watched Floyd Mayweather fight, specifically Floyd versus Canelo Alvarez, he made the fight look so easy, dude. But you have to have a level of like intelligence to make a fight look easy like that. And I feel like the average man can't do that.
No, most people would get killed in that situation.
Look at Floyd fights and then look at the rest of boxing fights. Floyd fights, he's barely taking any damage. He's brushing it off the shoulder. He's getting out of there. These other fights, even our favorite fighters, they leaving with bruises on their eyes,
I mean,
fucking
like,
black eyes and shit, busted lips. They looking like they just got in a fight. But Floyd, he used to make that shit look easy.
like the other time, or like the other day, like when me, you, and D Hive and Alan, when we were talking about, amateur fighters like Lomachenko coming into the game and learning very quickly to do good in the sport. I find it very hard to believe that fighters with all this like amateur background and shit like that can do so well in the sport, but like when they get exposed by like lesser level opposition, that pretty much throws all that amateur accolades out the window because boxing is not about you getting points scored for the judges. I guess like how should I say interest. It's more of a technical mind game type of sport where you have to think on a
With,
micro macro level.
with boxing, rather than just skills, well, like the way you move as a fighter has to be
Yeah,
strategically calculated, or you
yeah,
can fuck up in the early stages before you even get to the big money.
yeah. But on top of that, boxing is a very defensively gifted sport. But like you said, all these fighters that be taking all these unnecessary blows and getting hit, like with all these flush shots and shit. Like I'll even go with that female fight with Kayla Mayer and that French lady Maiva Hamadouche. Michaela, she was getting pieced up the entire fight, knowing that she had the height and reach advantage over Maiva. She decided to just dog it out with her, and she almost got stopped in several rounds. But knowing that Michaela was trying to go in there trying to prove a point to say that she could dog, like with somebody that's a puncher, knowing that Maiva she didn't, utilize as much punching power that she could because she gassed out. That pretty much shows that not a lot of boxers use a lot of skill and technique because, like you said, if a crap load of these fighters are being trained 24/7 to hit and not get hit, but then come fight night, they get all these bruises and shit. Then, like, what does that tell you about most fighters in boxing? They're not really learning how to master the sport. They're basically in it just to, basically please, the fans and audience to try to make a statement. But then,
They
like
said,
once,
they said the boxers of today, we focus more on going hard in the gym, doing the strength and condition, rather than the skills and the techniques
yeah,
that the boxers of the past used to do.
yeah,
You
I
know,
agree with that.
and I get it because I don't even. It's weird. Like we go so hard in the gym, and our fighter stamina don't be nowhere compared to the fighters that was fighting 15 rounds back in the day. Even though we have the better gym equipment and the better nutritionists and shit like that. Do you feel like it's more of like the genetics or the food, or what do you think it is?
I say it's lack of drive and lack of discipline. Because like, back in the old days in boxing, like you didn't have that technology. People were just basically, working their butt off and
Did
just
you hear
basically,
Lennox Lewis last night?
yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah,
Where
when Lennox Lewis, he was like, when Kate asked him, she says, "Oh, why are the fighters today so big? No, the heavyweights so big." And he was like, "Because it's all the steroids inside of the food."
yeah,
Facts. It's all the steroids inside of the food. It's like, Tyson Fury talking about he's eating boar testicles, and that's the reason why he's able to become so huge and big and all that. And he has nandrolone in his system.
yeah,
Then you hear
fuck,
Canelo Alvarez saying things like,
fuck.
"I had a steak with clenbuterol on it."
At a state computer roll, knowing that computer roll isn't really found steak unless it's a injected in the cow and
Man,
shit.
I lived in Texas. I had a lot of restaurants that served steak, and the meat came from Mexico. I had never went to the gym and got cut up eating that shit.
Also, if you eat computer roll consistently every single day, you could possibly die from that shit. So because of like all that computer all being encompassed around like your heart and bloodstream, that's gonna fuck up everything out of your respiratory and circulatory system. So that's not good for your body.
Yeah, all that it's gonna take a toll on their body. Those side effects, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if their fucking dicks is all shriveled up or their hearts are enlarged. You'll never know.
Yeah, I
And their
mean,
girlfriend's still with them because they got a lot of money. They don't even care.
I find it. I find it surprised that not a lot of females are cheating compared to men in boxing because it's like all the men are like they basically have targets on their heads versus for like, the women that cheat, people try to shrug that shit off, try to act like that nothing happened, knowing that they're
Yeah, I
just
feel you
human.
feel bad. Let me find out you feel bad for Teofimo Lopez.
Hmm?
Fuck that. Who would feel bad for him?
No, but I mean, Teofimo said that cheaters don't exist in boxing. So,
What's good, Croc?
hey, what's up, Alan? Happy New Year
Well,
once again.
Tiafimo, Happy New Year, brother.
Yep.
Tiafimo is a pussy. That's why. Look where you at now. Cheaters don't exist in boxing. Get the fuck out of here, man. Look where your ass at now. And not even because of cheating. It's just because you a bitch.
Yeah, asshole, man. And I
But
mean, I
that's what
find
you
it
get,
really,
bro. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Like I just find it very disappointing because Teofimo could have made things a lot easier if he just shut his mouth up and just focus on fighting, his top opposition. It's just like he got caught up into the fame, and that's a clear representation of the man in the mirror principle being shown that like when you are not focused and the only person that can defeat you is yourself, then that's what happens when you let glitz and glamour take over your talent and hard work, and that's thrown out the window.
Yep. And really, Cam Bussey's, he didn't really do nothing special to beat Tiafimo. Tiafimo beat himself, really. You know, and that's no, like, that's like you were saying, Crowd, is because he got too big headed. He didn't want to fight Devin. He was ducking Devin, disrespecting Devin. He disrespected Tank. He disrespected Wilder. He disrespected a lot of the brothers, man. He wasn't there yet. Like, he ain't no fucking star. He ain't no fucking body to where he pushes no needles or nothing like that. You just won some belts, So Fight, win your fights, defend those belts. Fight great fighters and beat those great fighters, and that's how you build your name in this sport. But the dude act like he beat God and he didn't have to fight nobody else. You know, and that's karma. If you believe in karma, that's what you get. Like everybody that's duck Devin, everybody that's ducking Devin, it's not gonna be pretty for him. Look at Lomo, look at Tia Female, and Ken Boosie, he ducks Devin and then he's losing those belts. The first fighter he fights is gonna take them belts from him if it ain't Devin. So
Yeah, I agree. The sad part is just that Tiafimo, he has a huge, exposure to a lot of other fighters that can take advantage of him now. And from what I've heard is that there could be a possibility of him and Montana Love fighting each other next.
I mean, he might not beat Montana Love. Let's be real. That's what I was saying. I was saying he wasn't that guy. Like Devin would beat him. Devin and Tank would beat the shit out of him. Tank would just knock him the fuck out. Like just beat his ass for a few rounds and then stop him. And Devin would embarrass him. But people were making excuses like he didn't have to fight neither of those guys. And now look at him. He probably wishing that he would have fought Devin.
Yeah. And then even if he lost to Devin,
yeah, like he would have got more money for it. He would have got more money for fighting Devin.
He's fucking stupid, dude, and so cowardly. Like, I get it, dude. You don't want to get your ass whipped, but you got to think about it. This is the profession I signed up for, so I might as well take the highest risk because it's going to come with the highest reward. Fuck it. And if I lose, I'm still going to have the respect of the people because I was daring to fucking fight the guy that people said I was scared to fight.
Yep.
At a point, we were looking at Sean Porter like, dude, what the fuck? So you telling me you're not going to fight Errol Spence Jr., nigga? I don't know. And then next you know it, he made the fight, and then he earned our respect even in defeat.
Yep.
Yeah, because a title... because a championship belt doesn't define you for who you are. It's your willingness to be, honest to your word and being, like how should I say, being stand up and mature to take all risks at all costs, regardless of what the outcome may come out of it.
But, nowadays niggas just be scared because they see the Canelo route, bro. It's like, why risk getting my ass whipped for, I'm going to make a couple million, but I want to make 30 million fighting eardrum type of a level opponents.
Yeah. And now, it seems like the more fighters are trying to go the route of going with DAZN and Matchroom. So that way they could just try to get these easy-ass paydays, but come to find out, DAZN, they're basically not wanting to pay out fighters all this big money now. And from what I've heard, they're having to cut off a lot of fighters due to all the money that they wasted on Canelo, Triple G, and sadly Demetrius Andrade.
It's a lot of money.
Paying them dudes that much if they weren't going to fight marquee fights. Ain't no reason you giving Bum Lufkin that much money and he ain't trying to fight Andrade or Chuck fucking Charlo.
Yeah.
More so Andrade, because it's like, the nigga's on your fucking stable. This is your stable mate. That y'all can make that fight happen. That'll be easier to make happen. And they didn't pressure him to do nothing. They gave him he had share in the company and all that shit. For what?
Yeah, DAZN is just fucking dumb, man. They're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, and shit, I don't care. Hopefully we get some great fights this year. I know we're gonna get some great fights this year, and whoever gives us the great fights, That's who we. That's who I'm gonna support. As long as they ain't on no fuck shit, you know. I think this would be a better year than 2021 for boxing because one, Earl Spence is coming back, and two,
Yep.
we might see undisputed. Like,
That's
there's a
on
chance
me,
for.
baby.
Yep.
That shit gonna be lit.
Yes,
Versus
sir.
fucking Bud Crawford, October
Yes, sir.
2022. What?
Yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
gonna
take
be
that
crazy.
Omaha boy belt. You're gonna take his
Dude,
belt.
you know how many hoodies and t-shirts I'm gonna sell? Oh my lord.
Shit,
That shit's gonna
ton.
be
I'm gonna buy
what?
one.
Say you getting one?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. As soon as you put the motherfuckers out, I'm gonna get my order in, nigga.
Hey dog, real shit though, because I'm like, man, I, dude, I swear, man, it's a couple fights that I know for sure hoodies gonna sell. Like Canelo versus Plant. Man, I was so pissed off when the fight didn't happen the first time because I already had the idea of what I made later. I already had that in my head, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to make that shit. And as soon as that fight got called off, I was pissed. But as soon as that
Yeah,
shit got signed again, I was like, yo, let me start back up. You know, it's only a
yeah.
certain amount of fights, dude. It's like people, nobody really requested Lomachenko, and that's what makes me really think like, is this guy really a star that y'all think he is?
He ain't no fucking star. Everybody knows that.
No, he's
What pay
not.
per views he been selling? What arenas he been selling out?
Dude, Charles Martin got more pay per views than Lomachenko.
Yeah. At least Charles Martin, he's actually fighting tough level opposition.
You know,
Yep. Dude,
it's
I don't
like
give a
what
fuck. I don't know what they're talking about. Trying to say Lomachenko deserves a fucking a, a fight at not real undisputed, but unified because he beat Richard Coleman. Like, what sense does that make? What, honestly, what sense does that make?
Makes 0
ain't
sense.
no fucking sense. He don't deserve shit but an ass whooping. Real talk. Because he started this franchise shit at 135. Let's not forget that.
Sure did.
And he got his ass whooped by
Sure did.
Tiafimo because he thought it was sweet until Tiafimo whooped his ass. He ain't put no rematch clause in there anyways. Now he crying. He was crying for a rematch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad because Lomachenko is basically screwing up his own legacy. And he did it deliberately.
Yep.
I was going to ask, are there any fights that's upcoming next weekend?
No
Not that
idea.
I know of.
Yeah, because I thought Keith Thurman was supposed to fight this month, but I think that was
Not
supposed
this month.
Yeah. I'd say that's better because, at this point, he kind of looks shitty.
Yeah, you seen that video of him working out? Huh?
On the pads. I was laughing. I was like, come on, Keith.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah, that was shitty.
Barrios
Like,
might beat the shit
absolutely
out of his
pathetic.
ass.
Hey, that would be
Barrios might
funny
beat that.
that would be funny if he stopped Mario Barrios strategically, and he looked like one of the best fighters we ever seen of our generation. Then what? Niggas gonna be like, oh shit, we have to put some
Yeah.
respect on Keith Thurman name. But then again, they gonna be like, oh, well, that was Barrios. Barrios, this is his first fight at
Oh,
147,
Mario
anyways.
Barrios, he's not that good. He's a journeyman.
Yeah, anyways, man.
Because let's not forget, Barrios is a natural 147-pound fighter. So,
Yeah.
in Tank, he got stopped by one of the best fighters in the world in Tank. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just curious of, who Gervonta is going to fight next.
Me too.
Because I'd rather see him fight maybe Gary Russell in the summer.
That'd be a good ass fight.
I just think that fight makes the most sense if he's going to make his comeback.
Yeah, after Mark Masayo. Don't isn't that fight this week? Gary Russell, don't Gary Russell fight this week or
No,
next
that's
week?
January. That's January 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's January 22nd. But I do know that fight that I'm going on January 15th, that's a top ranked fight. And then the week
Who?
after that, the top ranked fight card that I'm going to at the Turner Stone Casino for the Joe Smith Jr. Caleb Johnson fight.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Who you think's gonna win?
I would say Joe Smith Jr., but Caleb Johnson doesn't seem to, interest me. But I'm pretty sure if Joe gets
He
the
can
job
punch,
done,
though.
he should be able to stop him.
Say he can punch.
Yeah,
Anybody that can punch is a problem.
because
Yeah.
Caleb Johnson's a dude. That's the dude that fought Better Bia, right? And he knocked his ass down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Better Beer have knocked Caleb Johnson out. I know that.
Yeah, but Better Bia got his ass put to the canvas first.
Marcus Brown couldn't even do that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So maybe Caleb Johnson probably got some pop. I haven't seen him fight.
Marcus Brown got his ass cooked. I was like, damn, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, Marcus Brown made himself, look like a huge embarrassment. I thought
He
was
did. He put a stain on Derrick James' reputation for a second. Man, I ain't gonna lie, because it's like, dude, it's like you went in there, you was doing good, and then you just abandoned the game plan as soon as you got touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
As soon as he got touched, it was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. I want to get out of here. But he couldn't get out.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. And then he started looking at all these people, these dinner tables. They eating fucking cheese and wine, watching your ass get splattered in the fucking ring.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
really
good.
funny.
Pass me the cheese, please. Why you over here getting your ass fucking cooked? He kept on getting cornered. I was like, oh shit, bro. What are you doing, man? But I get it though, because once he laid on the ropes, right? And when he felt that power, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that
this
was
is a different fight. This is, oh my God, this guy's hitting me like he got a brick inside of his glove.
Yeah, them shots kind of felt like fucking like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a shotgun mixed with like a rocket.
The fight went from, okay, I'm fighting this fight to win. Then it went to I'm just trying to survive. And then it went to, I'm just not trying to rack up too much hospital bills. That's when it was in three phrases. It went from 3 parts. It went from,
yeah, I agree,
I'm just trying to win the fight, to I'm just trying to survive the fight, to I'm just not trying to rack up too many hospital bills, because this is going to be crazy, dude. Like, God, man.
Yeah,
it was bad.
His ass. It
was bad.
Man.
Yeah.
It was bad.
And I was picking Marcus Brown to win.
We all picked Marcus Brown. I put some money on Marcus Brown too. I put like 100 on Marcus Brown.
Yeah, I really wish Marcus Brown just didn't try to bang with Better Beer. If he just moved around the ring and just outboxed him, he probably would have just got a decision. I mean, it was sad enough that. Wait, what?
Better be even fucking Billboard. They need to worry about unifying. It's been 3-4 fucking years and they ain't unified yet. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that shit.
I know, right?
They got all this fame and vigor for Spence and Crawford, but you motherfuckers is silent for Bivol and fucking Better Beef
Yeah, it's so weird.
and shit. Like, do y'all really give a fuck about Fury and Usyk fighting either?
No,
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm
I
not gonna
thought
sit up here and act like I do.
especially if it's not for undisputed.
Yeah,
I don't think
who
Fury and
cares?
Usyk are gonna fight each other.
Well, Fury said he didn't want to fight Usyk. He said there was no point. So
Yeah, because Usyk team gonna be saying, "Hell no, you're not fighting my guy with those fucked up gloves." Fuck
yeah, you
no.
might not be able to cheat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a difference. It's only a couple people you can pull that shit on.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think at this point Fury's probably gonna hang it up. So
And who cares if he does?
I don't care.
It's like you
Tyson
ain't
Fury,
special,
he's a
nigga.
piece of shit. At this point, Tyson Fury's like reputation is already long gone. So
Since
His
long gone.
reputation is cheating. Shit, his reputation is being a cheater.
yeah, I just wish Deontay Wilder just didn't get fucked up in the head by having a dent in his skull.
Ain't no telling, dude. It ain't no telling.
Yeah,
But life goes on. 2022, y'all think it's gonna be a good year for boxing or what?
I hope so.
Yep, I believe so.
What are we getting?
I want to see what happens with David Benavidez.
I know we're getting
Oh,
Spence versus Ugas. I know we're getting motherfucking Gary Russell, Mark Masayo. You know, we get Keith Thurman and Barrios. Honestly, that might be a good fight if Keith Thurman is, you know, on his shit. You know, we're getting hopefully we're getting undisputed with Devin and Cambuses, and hopefully Bud and EJ and Bud. You know, hopefully Stephen Fulton gets to unify.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, like I have a feeling Eddie Hearn, he's gonna try to make up some excuse to say, "Oh, well, the fight's not big enough yet." No, look, the fight is fucking big.
I don't like how Frank Martin called out Devin Haney.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I feel like that's fuck. I don't want the casuals to be like, oh yeah, he should fight. He's Devin Haney's ducking Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin should focus on fighting somebody on his side, and Devin Haney get that Cambosos fight. I
Yeah,
say if
that's
he gets
exactly
the
what I say.
Cambosos fight and wins, and he becomes the undisputed champion, I would have no problem with Frank Martin wanting to fight him then. But I
Yeah,
Yeah,
get it.
Frank
You're
Martin.
supposed to want to call out the champion.
Frank Martin can fight El Rayo. He can fight. He can fight. Fuck. He can fight Rolly. Beat the shit out of Rolly. You know,
El Rayo,
maybe.
what's his name? He don't want that fight.
Nah, he don't.
really.
He'll beat the shit out of him.
I like to see that fight.
I would too. That'd be a good ass fight. Ariel gets hit too much.
I think Jose wants to try to try to take like the least path of resistance, so that way he could go get a title shot. But I don't think he's ranked at all in any sanction body. I know
Who?
Frank Martin. Frank Martin is ranked number 13 by the WBA. But I say at
So
this point,
El Rayo's not ranked at all.
no.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
He only
I
has
checked.
like. He only has like 5 or 6 fights, right?
I believe he's 8-0 or 9-0.
Okay. Okay. Well, that kind of makes more sense. 'Cause like you said, like you have to pay to be a contender and shit. So maybe they're just
Yeah,
starting
I
that up
don't.
and trying to get up in the rankings.
I don't like that shit.
They're gonna blackball them niggas all that shit they talking about Canelo to Benavidez
Who?
camp.
Oh yeah. More people should tell the truth though. Shit, when Wilder was telling the truth about drug cheats, they cut his ass off. So you know what the fuck going on. And Wilder ain't never mentioned Canelo.
Yeah, he never did.
I've never seen him mention Canelo. That's crazy. Canelo's
Not at
mentioned
all.
Wilder, but Wilder's never mentioned Canelo. That's
Because
why
they
I
probably
fuck with
told
the
him never
champ,
to
man.
talk about him.
Yeah. But what would he like? He wouldn't need to though, honestly. Like, let's be real. Wilder is the face of boxing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Of course. Oh, man, that venue was packed in Vegas, dude. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was lit. Sometimes it just be feeling like a dream. Like, yo, I was really out there.
Did you ever run into any known celebrities or?
Yeah, I seen all of them, but I ain't trying to I'm not no fanboy. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, dude, let me get a picture with you. I get some people take pictures with their favorite celebrities. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not that type of person. Anyways, yeah, I seen Breadman. What's his name's coach? J Rock,
Yeah.
former coach. I seen the rapper Trey the Truth. I had tickets right next to him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, my seats was next to him, and then I seen I don't know, man. I didn't see that many people, to be honest. But there's a lot of people in the venue, but I just wasn't I wasn't going out looking for them. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't care so much about them. I mean, if
I was
anything,
dude. Look, I just tell you this. I had $1,000 on Wilder, so my mind was on fucking only one man that night. Pause. Wilder and Fury, 2 man, I guess.
yeah,
That was a good fight though. I didn't like how they fucking robbed him of that fucking long count. But we gonna be talking about this in the fucking barbershop for the rest of our lives, dude. Because they knew what they're doing, trying to rob history from us, man. Now they want to sit here and tell us, oh, look at these great white heavyweight champions that we have today, man. Fuck all that shit.
no, they're not that good.
Did you see that dude that tried to do that reverse racism bullshit about Wilder fans? Why don't Wilder fans? He said some shit.
Why these blacks don't want to see these great white men fight, nigga? I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, that's all cap. It's all bullshit. I always say that when they try to say that white athletes tend to do better, coming into the pros, knowing that, all these white, fighters are not even that good coming in.
It's like this. You're not gonna force anybody on us. If we don't like them organically, then we just don't like them. So, and you can't force us to like them. Yeah, Tyson Fury, he beat Wilder. Great. But we're not going to ignore the fact that the nigga had a long count. Even white people who hate Wilder's guts know that fucking that shit was some cheat shit. But they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. They try to call you.
Shit.
Yep. They try to call you racist if you're like, oh well, I don't really give a fuck about Fury and fucking what's your name, Usyk. You're black supremacist. Man, did y'all see how they reacted to the champ size pound for pound list, man? That shit is so funny.
I thought they hate my pound for pound list.
I never made one.
This shit is so crazy, man. Niggas in the comments like they were like bitches, black supremacist. And this dude said you should only have 3 black fighters on there, and then man, Champ went in on it. Man, he was cooking on that shit too, man. That shit.
We have 3 black fighters. Like, what the fuck is this? Is this like a race contest?
And it's crazy because a lot of those dudes are unified champions and champions. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was on live earlier today. He was on live earlier today, and he was just like, anybody want to come speak their piece? Just come speak your piece, and nobody did. It's like that
Of
time
course
we
not.
had that. Yep. It's not like that time we had that live talking about boxing and racing. Nobody showed up talking about, oh, I have better stuff to do. Well, then stop
Oh,
typing.
I'm on vacation, man.
Yeah,
Get the
get your
fuck out of
pussy
here.
ass out of here. You fucking
Well, if
pussy. You
anything,
always fucking typing on Twitter like a
But you
fucking
on
little
vacation,
girl.
nigga. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
You always talking that hot shit on Twitter like a female. Come over here and speak with men. Come over here and dialogue. Y'all don't want to do that. Nigga, ain't nobody reading them fucking paragraphs no more.
I never read that shit at all.
I don't either. It's just like, and plus them niggas is stupid. They can't fuck with me. Them niggas is stupid.
yeah, a lot of people are fucking ass backwards in boxing.
It just seems like they get their talking points from racist media, old media.
Yeah, they
There's
do.
people who be sending me uh fucking whatever videos or whatever. They be like, look at this, and it be quotes or whatever from dudes like Montero Boxing and Ring IQ and shit. I'm like, dude, this is who the hell you look up to. Stop
Exactly. That's
showing me
about
this
it.
shit.
Yeah, like a lot of those, like like European based boxing channels, there's that one channel called BDA Boxing. I don't know if y'all heard about them.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, basically he's like a white, praising, dipshit, like YouTube commentator. Like, he basically praises like a lot of like white, like Eastern European fighters. But yeah, pretty much he shits on black American fighters. Like he doesn't really give them any, good like I should say feedback.
I mean, what's new?
Yep. They been
My
hating.
dude, Mighty Max says, salute to the panel from Crawl who talked shit about me after I left the panel.
Well, I was
Oh
trying to get
shit.
onto the panel so that way I can talk shit to you. But I mean, if you want to come up on here and me and you can talk it out, then come right to it. I'm not.
He was at Mighty Max was at the fight yesterday in Florida.
Oh, that's dope. It's good,
Okay.
Max.
Don't matter to me.
You know what's crazy is that he has more balls than a lot of niggas on Twitter, man. He'll come on the panel and you can dialogue with him. You don't. It ain't no fucking shouting match. A lot of them dudes, they just talk they shit and they continue to talk they shit behind the fucking keyboard.
And then when you school them, they delete the debate
Yep.
off the channel. Nah, but I'm just over here chilling, man. Doing client work. Decided to talk this boxing shit, man. Today's Sunday, dude. It's freezing cold here in Minnesota, man. Y'all so lucky.
Niggas
Where are you
say, oh,
guys at? I know, Alan, you in Texas.
it's 37 degrees out
Yeah,
here, right?
Albany's pretty cold.
It says 36 degrees, nigga. I wish it was 36 degrees, nigga. It's like
Oh, actually,
-7.
Oh, fuck that. No, I went home early
it's
from
like
work because I was
31
like,
degrees.
I ain't finna fucking stay out here. I hate being out here in the cold. I'm going home. It was like 80 something during
Yo, is that the
Christmas.
real Mighty Max?
Yo, what's up?
Oh, what's going on, man? I
What's
thought you
up?
was a troll or something.
What's up,
No,
Max?
no. I'm good.
Said, hell yeah, it's like -2 in Minnesota. Fuck yeah. I'm like, shh. Dude, it's so cold. I'm like, dude, hell no. I ain't
It
going
was eight.
outside for shit.
It was 80 fucking degrees on Christmas. Promise you. And now it's fucking 20. So it's 30, and it keeps dropping. Like
It's
it's
80
gonna
over
be
here. It was hot yesterday.
fucking lucky. Well, not lucky, but I like it, 60 and shit. But it's
Yeah, me
whatever.
too.
How was the
What's,
fight?
Anyhow,
what's going on? Yeah, how's the fight? I was about to
How
say
was the
that.
fight?
yeah. It was really good. The atmosphere was great. The whole crowd was rooting for Luis Ortiz. The crowd was getting kind of nervous after he got dropped a couple of times, but they went crazy when he stopped Charles Martin. I posted a picture on my Twitter of the fight of the venue, and people are like, the crowd's empty, but that was the prelims. By the time it was the main event, the crowd was like 85% full.
I think that pay-per-view is going to come back pretty good, y'all.
I think so too.
Honestly.
Yeah, hopefully that's 300,000.
I think people are going to be surprised how good it does because it's like they actually dropped it on perfect timing because what other event was on that night? Nothing.
Basketball.
Oh yeah, basketball is true.
and then
Well,
football's tonight.
the crazy thing is they'll probably try to say, "Oh, nobody was in the venue and it was empty and shit." Well, you heard it from Max. Looks like seems like it was pretty.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
relatively full. I'm not gonna say it was sold out because it wasn't, but there were a lot. Most of the seats were like 85%, I'd say. And the energy in the crowd was really good too. They were really into the vibe. Luis Ortiz has a bigger fan base than I expected. Frank Sanchez, the crowd wasn't even watching the fight because it was so bad. The Frank Sanchez fight was horrible.
Oh my lord, really?
Jesus.
See,
Yeah. And the
terrible.
Coffee Rice fight, I made a few people in the crowd laugh because I said, Michael Coffee, I guess he got to be decaf coffee because the way he's fighting right now.
Hey, nah, that shit was terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean,
It was terrible because
The event was great though.
I
I
thought he
was
was gonna come back in shape. Both of them, they both came back in fat. But I feel like Rice, he bet a lot of money on himself to win that fight.
Yeah. And also I got to see Frank Martin. I was there on time for the Frank Martin knockout, and he really, decimated Romero Duno, who's, Ryan Garcia's second best win arguably. I don't know how, but
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
got him out of there.
he
That's what I like to
destroyed
see.
that man. I'm
but
keep telling
I
people
quickly want
about
to
Frank
ask.
Martin. and stuff.
Yeah, I like Frank Martin. He looks
So
sharp.
he's really Errol Spence's fighter.
Well, Spence is endorsing him a lot. But I quickly want to ask before anything. I just want to ask Crod, like, what's the issue? Because he
Oh
told me to
shit.
hop on, so I just want to ask him. And just out of respect, I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just asking what
No,
the
no,
issue is.
no. Like, I mean, I could start something if you want me to.
I don't.
Oh
I
my
just said
god.
I'm not trying to start something, and this is my
But I
response.
could start something if you want me to.
Bro, what's wrong with this dude?
No,
I'm
but
just
there's
trying to have a
nothing wrong with
discussion.
me. Like, I just want to get like your point of view.
My point of view. So I was on the panel of Artman, Allen, D Hive. How long ago was that? Like 4 days ago, so something in that range. We talked, and you're talking in the chat, and then you come on the panel. You're silent as a mouse, and literally a second I'm off. I have the thing playing while I'm charging my phone, and I hear you going off. So I just want to, see what's up.
Well, I was trying to get onto the panel before then, but I guess man, he didn't want me on. But no, like I wasn't silent as a mouse. I actually did think that you did have some racist intentions.
Which way?
Behind closed doors, but I
Which
mean,
way? Which way?
you
Behind
associated
closed
with
doors.
other people that have racist intentions,
Like,
like racist Mexicans, racist white people.
give me names.
I can't really remember,
Yeah, exactly.
but there has been lives.
They're racist people. We don't know who they are.
Yeah, but you have them on like all the time.
You don't know who they are. You don't even know who you're talking about. You're just naming random groups. You're saying racist whites, racist Mexicans. You're not saying which whites. You're not saying which Mexicans.
Yeah, but does it really matter?
It matters because oh my goodness.
Okay. Well,
You're slandering me, and then you're not saying who it is.
First off, let me ask you: you don't associate with racist people online, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay, so therefore you understand what we blacks, do over here to talk on boxing. Like we're not.
Yes, I do understand. I also understand you called me a racist with no evidence. You're not backing it up at all.
Yeah, well, I'm
now you're embarrassing yourself because you're not proving who I am. You're not saying who it was. You're not answering the question.
I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to understand if you are racist. That's all.
I'm not racist, but you called me racist, and you're not backing it up.
Yeah, because I thought you were at that point in time.
You shouldn't be making those assumptions with no evidence, which you did, because clearly you have no evidence to support it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
it does matter because you called me a racist online. It does matter. It does matter.
People that say that aren't racist hide that behind closed doors.
But you have no evidence of it, and you're still trying to prove without any evidence. You don't even have people listed. You're like, oh, racist whites, racist Mexicans. Which whites? Which Mexicans? Give me names.
It doesn't matter at the end of the
day. It doesn't matter, but you're calling me a racist, but you don't know who it is? You don't know who I was talking to?
Yeah, but...
So you're just calling me racist without actually knowing it.
Anybody can say that.
Man, you see this.
Anybody can say that
completely embarrassing yourself.
Anybody can say
I would never, ever call someone racist without any proof of it at all, which you did.
It does not matter.
I don't give a fuck if y'all call me racist.
Because I'm pretty sure if I pulled up like to you, you would probably change up like your energy like very quickly on me.
What energy? What energy? I'm trying. You called me a racist. I'm trying to find out what made you say that, and now you're backtracking while still trying to pretend I'm racist. I don't
No,
like that. I take
I'm not-
racism seriously, so I think
I'm
that's
not
like
even
really
saying that
slanderous.
like right now because like you're actually being honest. So it doesn't matter to me now. But I was thinking at that point in time you had racist intentions.
Which we know clearly I did not, because I came on here and proved it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter to me. Like I thought at that point in time you were racist.
So you
But
take back that claim.
like I said, it does not matter to me.
No, yes or no? Do you take back that claim?
It does not matter to me.
Yes or no? Do you just give me a
Yeah,
yes or no
I'm
answer? I'll
Okay,
take either.
okay. I
Bro.
think we could just move forward because
Yeah,
it's like
just to
this.
move forward.
It's
because
like this. You
You're
know what I'm
acting
Because
saying?
like
I
a
proved I'm
douchebag.
not racist, and he still doesn't want to
Dude,
say I'm
you're
not
acting
racist.
like a douchebag. You're acting like a fucking emotional douchebag.
Bro, you called me a racist. I take
Bro,
that very
I-
seriously.
dude,
I take that
dude,
very seriously.
dude,
It's
dude,
not like
I'll-
you just called me an idiot or called me a fanboy. You called me a
I
racist.
don't
That's a very
care.
serious
I
claim.
don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
That's a very serious claim.
I
It's
really
a very.
don't give-
I would never call you something like that ever. I would never
I mean,
call
yeah,
anyone.
it is a serious claim,
It's a
Cron. I
very
ain't gonna
serious
lie,
claim.
man.
It's not like
Yeah,
you called me
but
a
it's like-
fanboy.
Okay, look. I'll just say it like this. I apologize for saying what I said earlier in the past because I didn't know if you were racist or not. But now that
What is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with these niggas, man?
yeah,
Man, what? Something is wrong with you dudes on Twitter, man.
What-
Max,
what-
you don't associate with that Haymanites page, do you?
Heyman who?
Haymanites.
I don't even think I know who that is.
The one who got the dude from Jurassic Park as his profile picture. You talking about
No,
that shit?
Let me see. Yeah, but it's Floyd and Heyman.
I'm not really sure who that is. I'd probably recognize him if I saw his account.
Yeah, Ego's biggest.
Ego's biggest. Boxing ego?
No, his name is Ego's biggest.
Oh, I know who you
Haymanites.
talking about. He got me
That-
blocked, I think.
Ego's
That dude's a
biggest.
fag.
Oh, you're talking about Heyman's Planet. Heyman's Planet.
Not
Oh,
Heyman's Planet.
Heyman's Planet blocked me in the past. I forgot what it was about.
I'm gonna send it
No,
to
he's
Art, man.
talking about somebody else. He got like Jack Nicholson as his picture profile.
Jack
He's
Nicholson.
He's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I'ma
pretty
send
sure
it
I'm
to
not.
you.
If I saw his account, I'd probably recognize it.
He's-
But anyways, the main reason I'm upset, and I just want to say, I'm saying this regularly. I'm not trying to like start anything at the moment now. The main reason I'm saying is I just take that. Hold on. I take that claim very seriously. So that's why I got offended. If you called me a fanboy, you called me dumb, I don't care. But if you call me something like a racist, I take that claim very seriously. Racism's a very big thing on Earth right now, and a lot of people on the internet are racist, and I don't want to be associated with them.
Hey,
with it.
hey, Allie, you wild, bro, for to send me this fucking tweet.
Bro, I don't know what's wrong with these dudes, man. This dude sat up here and edited that. It's a grown man. You sit up here and
Grown
edit
ass
something
nigga.
like that.
Hey, you know that type of stuff actually makes me laugh because I just laugh because I'm like, damn, I didn't know I was that important that you guys had to do stuff like that.
What, they made a tweet for art?
Yeah, they made a whole digital fucking
You know
whatever.
what's crazy? People are me and Artman have similar types of haters because the type of people that hate on me and Artman, they hate on us we don't even know who they are. We don't even associate with them, and they're making tweets about us. They're talking about us. It's crazy. Like they talk about Artman for like no context. He doesn't even talk to them, and they bring his name.
It is fucking January 2nd, 2022. What have I done to piss y'all off this year?
I saw a guy, his first tweet of 2022 is accounts that we should stop giving attention to, Artman. And then under it, someone also said that Mighty Max kid. See, I'm telling you, it's the same type. We have the same type
Oh
of hate.
yeah, this dude is he's a fucking weirdo though. Something's wrong with these dudes, man. It's like some suspect behavior. Like these dudes need to come out the closet. Like this isn't something that grown men sit up here and do. It don't even matter if you're not a grown man. No heterosexual male does something like that.
I mean, these people have too much free time on their hands, unfortunately. Even if you don't have free time, even if you have free time on your hands, what they're doing with that free time is, they can be much more productive.
Of course.
People's
opinions are people's opinions, but so I've never let another man's opinion make me sit up here and cry or get emotional or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally feminine trait. You know, people call me monkey and all this other stuff for my opinions, so but they wouldn't say that shit to my face.
Yeah, they get knocked the fuck out.
Of course not. I was at the fight. In it was in Hollywood, Florida. I was there yesterday, and I heard someone whisper to me like, "There's people in here that say that they recognize you," but I know I have haters everywhere. No one said. I know I'm a kid, so like I'm not like this tough guy or anything, but no one actually say their distaste towards me in person for some reason. Like just go to me and just tell me my issue. Like, Art man, did you get confronted at the Fury Wilder fight by anyone?
Fuck no.
But a guy took a picture of you. We saw that. That was creepy as hell.
Yeah, it was super creepy. Now it got me thinking. Every time I fly out, I gotta
Yeah, you probably
I gotta bring out my what.
Art man, they caught you at the worst time. Second you go on your phone to look at something, that's when they sneak that picture and then they hide back in the
I don't even remember where I was at in the venue for them to even take that picture. That's how creepy it was, man. And I didn't even see that picture until I was at my hotel after charging my phone because my phone was dead.
I can't imagine if I go to like a boxing event, I'm chilling, and then I come home and I see a picture of me at that event taken by someone else when I get home.
You know what I did? The first thing I did was go to my window and look out the window like fucking Malcolm X. Fucking peeping out the window to see if anybody followed me back to my hotel. I swear to God, I was like, man, see, this is creepy shit. This is weird.
There's weirdos out there, man.
And then I did a live stream, and that shit did fucking 2K views because everybody was just hating. Oh, our man, your boy Wilder lost. But I'm like, dude, you're fucking in Manchester, England at fucking 5 a.m. I'm here at the venue having the time of my fucking life.
Exactly. You know there's weird dudes on the internet everywhere, bro. Like there's dudes leaking family photos I got and all that stuff. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's just weird. That shit weird.
You know? People Googling me up and stuff, like trying to find me online. It's crazy.
He said, "Don't be surprised if Arbeck gets kidnapped." Nah, hell no. I got 30. I got fucking 18 in a fucking 22 clip right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Yeah, kill their ass.
Yeah, I don't play that shit. Our man is legal to carry.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But man, people, I find it funny that people don't really call me a PBC hater as much as they call some people, thankfully. But if someone ever calls me a PBC hater ever again, I'm just gonna tell them I bought tickets to a pay-per-view fight for the PBC that most people don't even think should have been pay-per-view. Ortiz Martin.
I think they could have tightened up on the undercard. If the undercard was rearranged, it could have been totally justifiable. If they would have had Luis Ortiz as the headliner, and have Frank Martin as the co-main, and have Frank Sanchez as the under, then that would have been decent. Like, oh, okay, not too bad.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see Jonathan Rice fight Gerald Washington.
No.
I think that would be an interesting fight.
No, these guys are just too sloppy. Where's the new crop of heavyweights?
Like it'd be like a trash fight, but it'd be interesting to see who actually wins it.
Fucking Michael Coffey again.
Jonathan Rice.
The crowd was super in favor of Michael Coffey throughout the entire night. Like they're starting to chant like "Let's go Coffey" and all that stuff. And after the fight, they were all cheering for Rice because Rice had that funny post fight interview that got the crowd going crazy.
Because Rice just a funny dude. He even posted a clip of people talking shit about his performance on his Instagram. Yeah. Somebody was like, "Man, this shit is fucking trash." And he posted it on his fucking Instagram story.
Yeah, no one was beating the shit out of him.
I knew he was gonna whoop Michael Coffey's ass again, though. That's one thing.
Yeah, me too. That first fight was a mismatch. I mean, you watch the first fight; it was more of a beatdown than the rematch.
Oh yeah,
Michael Coffey was getting his ass whooped.
All he was doing was blocking punches.
But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to that Gary Russell McSio fight, man.
Gary Russell's gonna whoop
I'm looking forward to that too because that dude's a
Gary Russell's gonna beat the shit out of him. Gonna beat up a fucking drain fucking middleweight.
He should beat him, but the issue is Gary's so inactive. I know he's been active his whole career. That's my only worry is that the ring rust and also the size. But I'm picking Gary on points. He should be able to beat Magsayo like 9-3, 10-2.
Nah, he can handle the size.
Gary
More
has
to left.
bigger fighters, so it doesn't matter.
The thing is, that dude's relentless though, and he throws punches weird.
But
He got power too. Magsayo's a puncher.
Yeah, his power. One thing I think about too is his power carries on to the late rounds too.
He fights a bit dirty too.
Yeah, he does. But his defense is fucking jack shit. So we'll see.
Mark's defense is not that good.
You know, at the fight yesterday, Canelo was there in person, and you know they asked him about who he wants to fight next, and he basically just avoided the question in total. You know?
I know he was like, nobody really caught that. He was just like, I want to fight the best. Fight the best. Yeah, the best is not fucking. What's his name?
Makabu.
Yeah, Macabooty.
Yeah, Maca shit booty.
Yeah.
I actually heard that.
If it wasn't Canelo fighting Makabu, I think Makabu would actually come to fight because that's how he is in his career. But magically, whenever anyone fights Canelo, they aim for the gloves. They start ditching their game plan. You know, the power of their punches magically disappears. Their speed slows down. Their feet aren't the same. They don't look the same. They don't have that winning mentality. Just out of nowhere, it goes all out the window and the Canelo fight gets signed.
That's what I was saying. If you look at Caleb Smith, his first.
Oh, that's the best example of this out of all of them. It's Callum Smith.
Yep, his first fight with Canelo, he knocks the dude.
I don't even remember anything from that fight besides Caleb Smith just shelling up the entire fight.
Yeah, me too. You know, there's actually a video on YouTube of Canelo sparring Avni Yildirim in the past, and I know it was before they actually fought, but you know, even though Canelo improved since then, Avni Yildirim was letting those hands fly. He was hitting Canelo clean, snapping his head back. When they actually fight, Yildirim's aiming for the gloves. He's scared.
That shit was so fixed.
You know, it is what it is, man. I be trying to tell people, but it's like they don't really understand. They feel like boxing is just pure and nothing goes on in this sport.
They're idiots. They don't believe.
I feel like at this point, boxing is just like a fucking movie.
It is, and Canelo's fucking Rocky.
Right? I mean, Canelo's not even that big of a fucking person. It's like, you know, I'm 6 feet and I'm 307 pounds, but I know damn well if Canelo fights a cruiserweight, he's getting his ass knocked the fuck out.
I saw someone say that he would beat Usyk on Twitter, bro. I saw someone say he'd beat Usyk.
He wouldn't beat Usyk. Usyk
would embarrass him. Usyk isn't even. It's not just because Usyk's bigger and stronger than him too. Usyk's just a better fighter in general than Canelo. It's not even the size anymore. He's just a better fighter than him.
They tell us that Canelo's the best fighter in the world, even though we got styles like Boost in his style. Canelo doesn't have the style that's just the best in the world.
Oh, Max, stylistically name fighters that are better than Canelo. Just their styles. Like,
all right. So better fighters than Canelo, I'll name Terrence Crawford, Alexander Usyk. You could argue, I mean, within a year or two, Boots Ennis will be a better fighter than Canelo, but that's one I'm not sure about yet. Arthur Beterbiev, you could argue, is better than Canelo. Let me see. Gotta think about the entire sport. There aren't too many, I will admit this, but I do think there are some fighters out there. You could say Tank might even be better than Canelo by now. Loma. There's a few.
Just stylistically.
Yeah, just stylistically. Like, just their style of fighting.
Oh, not even off of talent, just their style?
Yeah.
Well, talent is, but stylistically, you know, like, if you put that Canelo style against their style, you know.
You know, you also got, like, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis. I don't know, man. A lot of guys, man. Like, there's a lot of guys I think that could be better than Canelo.
Stylistically, you know? I think Boots Ennis. Stylistically, Earl Spence Jr. is a better fighter. Stylistically, Bud's a better fighter. You know, stylistically, who else? Yeah, Stephen Fulton can fight any style. Stylistically, you'd beat him. You know, stylistically, who else?
Well, do you guys think that that Canelo Alvarez, that Brandon Figueroa stylistically is better than Canelo?
No. Canelo's starting to fight like Cesar Chavez Sr.
Yeah, he's just fighting come forward, no defense.
That's how he's fighting now. And then, but it's different because these opponents are just crumbling under him. They're not even trying to fight
Who
it.
you guys think out of all the fighters from 160 to 175 has the highest chance of beating Canelo? Out of any guy from 160 to 175, got to pick one fighter.
David Morrell.
David Morrell.
David
Dave
Morrell,
Benavidez.
No, you got to pick one. You got to settle for one fighter out of those 3 weight classes.
What's good, Julius?
Hey, what's up, Alan? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Julius. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Art?
What's going on, man?
Salute.
Hey, salute, man. You know what's crazy though? Is that where was all this great style from Canelo when he was fighting Lara and Trout and Jacobs and Triple G and Floyd? You know what I'm saying?
Where was the knockout power?
It was non-existent, but you know what happened? You know, we in an era now where, you know, I gotta give Eddie Hearn some credit, man. He really knows how to pump up a fighter to have people in the States thinking these guys can fight. Because Caleb Smith, to me, has never shown me he could fight. Billy Joe Saunders has never shown me he could fight. But all of a sudden, Canelo beat him, and these guys are giving him the fighter of the
year,
you know, fighter of the year, and talking about one of the great. They talk about, oh my God, look at Canelo throw that uppercut. I mean, look, man, if you got great matchmaking, we can make people look like Sugar Ray Robinson, and we can make them look like Muhammad Ali if we put them in the right against the right opponents. He's not doing that against Beterbiev.
That's the big.
You get what I'm saying? He
difference.
did that against Bivol. You know, so.
You know, Canelo lost twice to an old Triple G that's on the decline. I mean, Kell Brook hit Triple G more than Canelo did in the first fight.
You could arguably say Derevchenko had a better performance
He
against
did.
Triple G.
Yeah, they robbed Derevchenko.
Jacobs had a better performance against Triple G than Canelo did also. In my opinion, at least.
Triple G, I mean, Canelo, he's just like boxing. They make a lot of money off of him, and they just want to keep him in that position. It's like they're writing his story, and I don't even know if they're going to do this Makabu fight because it just doesn't make any sense. A lot of people have been criticizing it.
Makabu might lose on January 29th. Like, people ain't even looking at that point. Like, he could get beat then. You know, that's another inconsistent guy that's fighting in a division where we don't know anybody that he's fighting. I do know, I have seen that South African guy that he gonna fight, but you know, I mean, look at what Bello did to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Here's my thing with Canelo. He's moving up to cruiserweight. Why isn't he taking on Bradis or Akoli? Why is he taking on the weakest link?
Because that's what he has been doing over the last 2 or 3 years. He been taking on the least resistance. He got the right matchmaking. He was able to beat a lot of European fighters on the zone for decent money and not have to be tested. I mean, you know, he hasn't fought no Benavidez, even though he might can beat Benavidez, but it will be a fight where it's going to be tough. And also, I know people don't like to hear this, but we got to bring it up. Why is all his fights on, you know, he wait to 6 and 8 weeks right before the fight because he eliminates the testing. But people say you're a hater when you bring that up.
He's still on Computerol. He, like I continue to say, they have not released the threshold in which he can't take Computerol. So the only what's his name, Suleiman and Canelo know that threshold. So he can get just in that amount, and then he's good. They'll say he's clean.
How come whenever a fighter fails a drug test, they get all this punishment as penalty? But when Oscar Valdez fails a drug test, he keeps his belt. The fight stays on. He doesn't get fined. You know, it's like he didn't fail any type of drug test. But whenever any other fighter fails a drug test, their careers are ruined.
Sound like Dylan White.
Yeah,
seems like political racism.
It is. And you know, he fucking lost that fight. He lost that fight against Conceição.
Oh yeah, he got schooled.
ACL beat the shit out of him.
That was a trash performance from Valdez.
That's why he's staying far away from Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur will beat the shit out of him. Shakur was cool.
Shakur might stop him. He might stop him.
But that also too, man, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. that shows the cowardism that these fighters got now. He's been ducking Shakur since 126. But my thing is this, though, man. What does a loss really mean? Like, these guys are sitting around doing everything in their possible not to fight a fight where they can lose. A loss means nothing, man. You get right back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deontay Wilder ain't gonna have no problem finding fights and getting paid good money, and he lost twice. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I'm just saying, I think these guys are looking too much into a loss, man.
Yep.
You know,
And they blame Mayweather, but it's not Mayweather.
it's not Mayweather's fault. Look at Ugas. Ugas got 5 losses, but he ain't never stopped. Amir Imam almost knocked his head off years ago. Now, yeah, like exactly. Like, come back. You could come back from a loss.
Fight. He got the Pacquiao fight.
Right, and beat Pacquiao.
Because Jamal should be on everybody's. Jermell Charlo should be on everybody's pound for pound list. Mel Charlo,
no doubt.
He has the ring title, but he's not on the ring's pound for pound list. Last time I checked.
By the way, I want to say Tony Harrison is the best thing to happen to Jermell Charlo's career. He didn't have momentum until that Tony Harrison loss. Because after that, he really built that momentum up by beating Harrison in a rematch, unifying with Rosario, and then fighting for undisputed with Castano.
No doubt. Good comment. Hey, and I'm gonna tell y'all something else too, man.
He's probably one of the best.
Do you guys see
just off a skill perspective, is one of the best standard boxers in the sport.
Yeah. Hey, here's another thing too, man. We start talking about them pound for pound list. Why do people continue to put Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez? Why is he still on people's list? The last time I checked, the guy is what, 4-3 in his last 7 fights, or 2-3 in the title fights, been stopped. Now, I just want to know, can anyone name me one fighter, if they went 4-3 in their next 7 fights, would still be considered a great fighter and in the pound for pound list? Just one fighter.
You can't name one, Julian. And
why is this guy continuously on pound for pound list? And he hasn't shown that he was that fighter in years.
And why did Sharon Visa not get on the list if he knocked Chocolatito out? And he beat
he beat him. He beat him twice.
Yeah. He wasn't on that pound for pound list though.
Nope.
I was also gonna ask, do you see who's number 2 in the WBC super featherweight rankings?
Who rated number 2?
O'Shaggy Foster behind Miguel Berchelt.
Hey, that's a guy ain't nobody gonna want to fight. Between Foster and Frank Martin, those are 2 guys nobody really want to fight. Those guys, man.
Nope.
Or
William Zepeda.
Yeah, William Zepeda too. That's a good shout. Forgot about him.
They're not gonna want to fight them 3 guys, man. Number 1, I think that Frank Martin, in the right circumstances, man, I wouldn't be shocked to see him beat Devin Haney.
I was gonna say something like Frank Martin is not so far removed from the top guys in that division.
He beat up Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough guy, man.
Yeah, but on top of that, I mean, Virgil Ortiz probably wasn't the same Virgil Ortiz that we see now.
But then,
I mean, that's true.
The amateurs, the amateurs doesn't prove that fighter can beat that fighter in the pros.
No, but it proves that the fighter can be competitive. That's all. It proves he's a good enough fighter. You know what I mean?
Because I look back at certain fights like Mike Tyson versus Tyrell Biggs, and
right,
basically all those rival legacy type of fights where those fighters beat them in the amateurs, but then fast forward to the pros, they get knocked out or they.
But Tyrell Biggs was a gold medalist now.
Yeah, in the 1980s.
Yeah, he could fight.
Yeah, yep.
I got a question for the panel really quickly. So who do you guys think? I know this is an extremely premature prediction, but that's what makes it fun, how premature it is. Who do you guys think will end up winning Fighter of the Year for 2022? Your super early pick for that.
I say Errol Spence.
Who do you think he'll beat in 2022 if you had to make a guess?
I think he'll beat Ugas,
Crawford,
and and any combination of Keith Thurman or Bud Crawford or one of those
No,
guys
no,
near the
he'll
end
have
of
to
the
fight
year.
he'll have to fight Stanionis Butayev winner, which is still a very good opponent.
And I think one of those guys will step aside again. The reason I
Maybe.
say that is they already have stepped aside twice. That's free money. And they get a fight on the undercard. And plus, let's be honest, I don't care if it's Bud or Spence. If one of those guys get the chance to fight for the undisputed title, they're gonna vacate the title. So those two guys could end up fighting for a vacant belt. And so I think they'll step aside. So I see Spence winning one of those type of fights. He gonna start off the year with Ugas, then he beat Thurman or Bud Crawford and win fighter of the year.
I
If
say
he stays active, if he stays active and he say he beats Ugas and Stanionis and maybe Cody Crowley, just hypothetically, if he gets those 3 fights in, he'll have a very good case and a very good year. I think I'm going for. I don't know if it's a bold pick, but it's a new pick because I don't think he's actually won it yet. But I think Jermell Charlo is actually going to win it for 2022. I'm picking him to stop Castano in the 12th round. I think it'll be a last round TKO when they fight in February, and then I see him beating up either Tim Zhu, Erickson Lubin, or the other mandatory Murtazalia. But him going undisputed in 2022 is what I think is really going to carry his case.
I agree with you, Max. I can see that as well.
I was also going to add in
go ahead, Crod.
I was going to add in on the Butayev Stanionis situation. If they wait for EJ and Crawford to vacate, like theoretically, if they fight for undisputed, I think that's bad news because Jaron Ennis is basically going to be sitting like right behind them. So, like regardless if they're going to fight for like a vacancy, Jaron Ennis is definitely going to be knocking on their doors very quickly. And,
well, look, man. Hey, let's be honest on this right here. Boots Ennis going to beat those guys, whether they the regular champ, whether it's for a vacant title or what have you. Boots is better than both of them. But
yep,
I mean,
backyard.
I could definitely see Charlo doing that, Jamel, but it's just a part of me just kind of thinks that he's gonna move up to 160, and I could see Jamal moving up to 68. So I kind of don't see him going through and fighting Fedora or Lubin again or Tim Zhu. I kind of see him kind of moving up, fighting for the vacant title that Jamal is gonna vacate.
What if Terrence Crawford beats Josh Taylor and Virgil Ortiz in 2022?
I still wouldn't give it to him because I'm not as high on neither one of those fighters as a lot of other people. I think Josh Taylor can fight. I just think that he gets hit too much. And then I question, look, I've told Artman before, I would love to see Tank Davis go up and blow Regis out of the ring because Regis runs into shots. Taylor runs into shots. I ain't that high on those guys. I know y'all like them. I'm just not as high. I think if they fought Gary A. Russell, I think Gary Russell would stop Taylor and would end his reign at 140.
Here's what makes it a really good window on paper. Like I actually do think Josh Taylor's a very good fighter, but just look at it on paper, even if he isn't in your mind. He is an undisputed champion moving up, and Virgil Ortiz is one of the top, up and coming welterweights, and a very solid elite fighter. So it wouldn't win fighter of the year for me, but I do think it'd be a very solid year, and probably
it'd be a good year.
Arguably Crawford's best year since going undisputed. Probably his best year since going undisputed.
I can see that. I was going to say because those two are very good, credible fighters. Those would be great wins for Bud. And I got Bud stopping Taylor. Like he'll Taylor. He'll stop him.
Yeah. No guy that gets hit the way Taylor does ever be able to beat an elite fighter. Now that's my opinion. I don't view Regis as elite. I view him as a good fighter. But anybody get hit as much as Josh Taylor, an elite fighter gonna stop him.
What are you thinking about Josh Taylor versus Virgil at 47?
I got Virgil. But I see both of them hitting the floor.
Yeah, I think Josh Taylor's gonna drop him.
No, because I don't think you can't. against the elite guys at 147, against the Boots, against the uh Bud, against the Spence, like Josh Taylor would get stopped by all three of those guys.
Shit, Josh Taylor will get stopped by fucking Rashidi Ellis.
I don't know about Rashidi Ellis.
He just hasn't been active.
Yeah, I don't know if Rashidi will be able to do that to Josh.
Just based off of like the style, like Josh Taylor will get outgunned by Rashidi Ellis like late game in a fight.
He needs to get back active. You know, he was in that terrible contract with Golden Boy where they weren't getting him fights, or they weren't getting him opponents that would help his career, you know, blossom and expand. So
right.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Luis.
5 minutes, okay.
That's the same thing with Luis Feliciano. That's that Puerto Rican fighter that signed a Golden Boy. But yeah, fuck Golden Boy, man. I really hope Golden Boy gets put out of business.
Well, you got to understand, ever since old bad news, Dan Raphael said that they was at the 1 yard line and all that. They still haven't closed that deal. I don't know personally, man. I kind of don't think that Golden Boy and DAZN going to do business, because weren't they all with Canelo in the mix with this big, court case just less than a year ago?
Yeah.
And like now they supposedly want to all work together. Golden Boy, no disrespect to them. They don't. As far as events and stuff, like what do they bring to the table?
Nothing.
Yeah, they tried to sue Al Heyman as well. Oscar and Bob. They tried to sue Al Heyman. So
right after they sent an email to Al about Al Heyman, calling them all type of monkeys and niggas and stuff. You know, it's just amazing. Then they sued him.
And that's why these motherfuckers, these quote unquote boxing fans, they ain't qualified to speak on this stuff because they don't know nothing about nothing. You know, they don't talk about this stuff. They act like this stuff don't exist. So they don't need to be talking about no racism when you talk about shit like that.
And that's the crazy part with Oscar, is that all of us are minorities. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't think that they would be calling Al Heyman them names, but I'm telling you, man,
that's how they think.
Yeah,
they think they won.
Man,
yeah,
you got it, man. No, come on now.
No, I'm saying, Art, man, I know, but I'm saying, look at what Al Heyman did for Oscar De La Hoya. Like, being for real, him and Richard Schaefer is the only reason that Golden Boy is even in existence, because when he was snorting all that coke and putting on the high heels and the skirts and stuff and the panties and went to rehab, they kept Golden Boy going over there and got that new contract at HBO. Oscar De La Hoya had nothing to do with it. He was just a figurehead. He just had the name for the company. And the way that you repay him is call him a nigga and and Black Hitler and all those things.
Yeah, and HBO went down the drain.
But HBO went down the drain when they started doing the bringing in they went to Top Rank. Remember when they left with doing Al Heyman fighters? You have to admit, when Mayweather and Heyman left and that group left, like, who wanted to watch a fight on HBO?
Not only that, but they were doing that Eastern
HBO
European
was made because of Floyd Mayweather.
Right. They were trying to promote all these Eastern European fighters that nobody's heard about, nobody cares about in America. Like, that's not gonna work. This isn't the fucking UFC. You know, boxing is the majority Black and Hispanic sport. You know, the dominant fighters are Black and Hispanic, so you have to market to them. You know, all this shit. This is why these dudes aren't stars, because don't nobody give a fuck about no Lomachenko, no Usyk, no Fury. Don't nobody care about them. They care about the Canelos, the Wilders, the
Shakur Stevens
Jr., the Bud Crawfords. You know what I'm saying? They care about those type of dudes. You know.
Yeah, I just don't like how Top Rank is moving the fighters, because, wait, hold on.
They do really good.
Oh, okay.
but they don't get them any good marquee fights. You know, look at Bud's career.
Yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Top Rank, they have a political incentive to market Hispanic fighters over black fighters, and the only reason why is because they probably have more talent hired through the Hispanic fighter population rather than black fighters. Because if you kind of think about it, like guys like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, who else? Joshua Greer, all those guys, they don't get any shine when it's fight week for their fights. But by time by time like when guys like Adam Lopez or Oscar Valdez, sadly, or Miguel Berchelt, all these like Mexican based fighters, they get all this fucking promotion and shit. And it's like barely anybody shows up for their fights because it's like nobody doesn't give two shits about their fights.
You know what's crazy, man? What's your name? I don't see your name, but anyway, this is something that I had said to Alan, Southern T, and Art Man one night. If we look at the people that really draw big crowds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Robert Easter, somebody we don't even very, very rarely talk about, fought in Toledo on a Friday night on Spike TV. He fought Richard Comey. He had over 12,000 people come to his fight in Toledo. We've seen Earl Spence draw 50,000, 30,000, 20,000 to fights. We also saw Bud Crawford in Omaha bring 18,000, 17,000 to a fight. Deontay Wilder, when he fought in Alabama, fought under like 15, 16,000 people. We've seen him sell out in Vegas, do real good in Vegas a couple times. We've never seen Tyson Fury do that same thing anywhere. We've never seen him sell out anywhere. Let's just keep it real. We can keep it a buck. We've never seen Oscar Valdez anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why when they be talking about marketing guys, you won't market people that can actually sell. Like Art Man be going to the fights in Minnesota. I mean, Morrell sells better than some of those guys in Minnesota. Art Man, who was that? Jamal James. Those guys sell good in Minnesota. Caleb Truax. You got to sell. I mean, to me, take people where folks go to the fights. It ain't about if they're Mexican or this or that. I mean, if a black fighter can get 10,000 fans somewhere, take the fight there.
Yeah, but it's also due to the lack of television promotion of that fighter's, fight too. Because I guess like what PBC does like a really bad job at is like not making sure that what the fight's about to come through, and then they don't really make sure that this.
But I just showed you where Robert Easter fought in Toledo and had over 12,000 people there to see him fight Richard Comey with no promotion, right? And we saw Lomachenko fight Richard Comey in New York. And how many people came to that fight? In Madison Square Garden? 4,000 people. I can't even name you an arena in Toledo, Ohio. And 12,000 people showed up. And this was 4 or 5 years ago when nobody knew Richard Comey.
Yeah.
So that's just to show you, bro, how much of a sale that some of these fighters can do. And we don't even know that they can sell. But Bob Arum and guys like that will tell you, oh, only the Hispanic fighters can sell.
Yeah.
That's
just crazy.
In the way in the hole that it is. The people need to stop disrespecting the black dollar. Respect the black dollar, respect your people.
Hey man, I said this to Art Man. McDonald's don't disrespect the black dollar, do they?
Nope.
They'll put a commercial on Popeyes, KFC, whoever, Hey, you sell to who wants your product. I'm just saying, man. You know, black folks go to fights too.
Same thing with NFL, NBA games. You know, hockey, baseball.
Yeah.
But I really wish boxing had, you know, like a same night promotion from like a different sport, so that way it could draw like more, like basically like more casuals from like one sport to like another sport, right?
Right.
So like if Errol Spence, if he's gonna fight up in Dallas, you know, about the Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets.
Well, he done that before though. Remember Jerry Jones and Earl Spence getting together?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And remember, Earl Spence was at the Cowboys game. It's a meme now where they announced Earl Spence Jr. He was out there. They announced him at the you know, also T.O. Lopez were at the New York Knicks game. You
That
know,
didn't work so well for him though. That didn't work so
yeah,
well.
he didn't have a good reception there, but you know,
Yeah.
so it's been, you know, I've seen it with Earl Spence. I've seen it with Deontay Wilder at the Lakers game. So I've seen it actually,
And it works.
and it works.
Yeah.
Also, PBC fighters be having the thing with the rappers and stuff. People forget that Al Heyman is the master of the concert, so it ain't no shortage of rap artists or R&B artists that Al Heyman ain't got access to that he could set and hook fighters up with.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you think the PBC is going to keep expanding, or do you think the PBC's at financial struggles?
Gonna keep expanding.
I think they're gonna keep expanding, and I think, yeah,
They're not struggling for anything. If
yeah,
anything, they're the ones putting on a lot of the pay-per-views and the most, fights. So they're the ones that are getting the most money.
right.
As long as they keep like let's be real, PBC had some great fights last year.
Cooper, you right. Cooper got the right comment. But yeah, you're right, man. I mean, I think PBC gonna keep going, and you know, they got a good product, man. They got a good product, and you know, people say, well, they don't give us the fights we want, but we keep buying these fights, and even look at the show last night with Martin and Ortiz. Man, that was a great show.
Great fight.
That was a great fight, man. And you know, and like I said, truth be told, I mean, like, hey, it could have went either way. It could have went either way. I mean, Martin was beating up Ortiz, and then he got caught, and the man, you know, not only did the man get caught, he forgot who he was for a second. You know what I mean? Good fight though.
Yeah, I thought that fight should have been stopped sooner.
Charles Martin, he got that Alicia Baumgartner treatment. Alicia Baumgartner,
Right.
Harper treatment.
Against Terry Harper. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I looked at it and they showed a different angle, and I'm like, damn, that's some bullshit. But then I looked at it and I'm like, damn, yeah, that definitely should have been stopped because he was out, like his brain disconnected from his body for like a split second.
Yep.
Yeah, that felt like a Mortal Kombat, like, brutality scene.
Right.
Yeah, like where like Sub-Zero, like, he fucking stuns you, and then it's like, he fucking like breaks like your fucking skull.
And just like Max was saying earlier, like he went to the fight and he said it wasn't full, but they had a pretty good crowd there for the main event. So BBC, like, as long whoever puts on great fights, I'm gonna continue to support.
That's right. That's me too, man. I don't care who it is.
I might not like Bob Arum and I don't like Top Rank, but they got some fighters I like over there. They put on some great fights. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna support.
Right.
Yeah,
Same
I
with
like
Stone.
I
Right.
like watching some fighters at a Top Rank.
Right. Even the zone, I'll support if they show good fights, but really, that's the one organization or company, man, that is fooling people. Like, they put on a lot of club shows, man. They
do.
put on a lot of like fighters, like we would call the beer league fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these guys ain't gonna be competitive against nobody except you putting them in with each other. And it's like they be fooling people. Like I be seeing on Twitter and stuff, folks be like getting all into it and arguing and fussing about some some straight garbage fighters. I'm like, what are they talking about, man?
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
That's exactly, dudes. They hype these dudes up off per certain fighter's name. Top Rank does it as well. They hype their fighters off a PBC fighter. They hype their
Right.
certain fighters, and these dudes,
Yeah, they do.
these fighters aren't it. Male or female.
Nope. And like, what's the girl that they always showing off her breast? Shannon something,
Ebony
right?
Bridges.
Oh yeah,
Ebony Bridges. There you go. I mean, like she can't fight.
No.
I mean, you trying to sell sex in that situation.
yeah. She
I
gonna
was gonna make a video on
like
her.
what weight does she fight at?
She fights at bantamweight.
No, she gonna get her first real certified skilled opponent. She gonna get the shit beaten out of her.
Oh yeah, she might. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, hurt. Yeah, she gonna get hurt. Hey, Cooper, I'm gonna say this about that, about the diabetic thing, and they wouldn't allow him to take the insulin shot or what have you. The reason they ain't do that, man, is because he been popped before for them PEDs, man, and guys be using inhalers and things like that to be hiding PED use. You know what I'm saying? And I hate it for Ortiz, but it's just a fact, man. These guys sometimes be cheating and be PD using, and then they'll say, well, I got asthma, so I got to use this inhaler, or I got a high blood pressure, so I got to take this medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I didn't know that though. I did not know that.
Yeah, because they had that discussion before the first Wilder fight.
But
Yep. Somebody said that they fight double D weight. They talking about the girl, right?
hell yeah, they fight at double D weight.
Yeah. That's funny.
I have a feeling. Ebony, she's gonna face that one lady that I personally know, Rosalinda Rodriguez. She's that Puerto Rican lady that's trained by that former female fighter Ada Velas.
Okay. What's her record?
Rosalinda, she's 13-0. She's 35, Orthodox fighter out of Miami, Florida.
You really think they're gonna put that girl in a real fight like that?
I'm pretty sure, because at this point, Ebony, she's basically food for anybody that's going to be on the come up for a world title.
Yeah, I really think that they're going to continue to put her in the ring with somebody who just probably is a beginner, or just somebody that just haven't really fought before. I don't see him putting her in there with somebody, because seriously, man, in the women's game, you have to be careful, because the women's game ain't as advanced as the men, and you could get somebody killed out there in the ring if you know what I'm saying, with the mismatches. And that Hispanic girl got killed a couple months ago is part of the thing I'm talking about, man. So, and I definitely don't think that, as much as they like to sell this girl's sexuality, that they willing to put her in a fight where she gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never seen the girl you talking about, but just listening to it, she would hurt her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take a look at her. She's a very good fighter. I actually had a interview with her. I want to say a couple months back, but she
already spoke on what's her name, Baumgardner.
No, we was talking. Yeah, we was talking about Ebony Bridges, because we was just talking about how DAZN and Eddie Hearn is cheating the public over there with these garbage fights, and they throwing her out there for sexuality. And he was talking about a real fighter, some girl that's like 15-0, and I said no, they'll never put Ebony in there with her, because in the women's game, I was just saying, like, some of these girls get killed in the mismatches, and they definitely wouldn't want somebody that they sell that her sexuality, you know what I'm saying, to get hurt out there in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they get people to pay attention, but don't give me it. I don't know.
You got
I ain't looking
Baumgardner
forward to no white.
I mean, Alicia Baumgardner.
Right.
Girl is dope.
She's a better representation for women's boxing than
Yeah,
Ebony.
Oh
she's
yeah, definitely.
and she can fight.
Yeah, definitely.
She's just a very dedicated fighter. But back to the Rosalinda Rodriguez thing. I interviewed her and asked her like what her plans are, and I guess she's waiting to be next in line to fight for the WBO vacancy title. And I don't know who's in
what weight class, 122 or
she fights at bantamweight, same weight as Ebony Bridges. But I guess like whoever she's gonna fight out of the rankings, she'll fight for the vacancy, and then I'm pretty sure she'll probably end up fighting maybe Jamie Mitchell for title unification.
Well, look, shout out my girl Shay Metcalf, man, from out of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Because if I ain't mistaken, she fight at 118 or 122. Huh?
She from Dallas?
Shay Metcalf.
Yeah, she from Dallas.
Oh shit.
Yeah. She from Dallas.
Shay
Metcalf.
Eye on her then.
Shay Metcalf, like how do you spell
Matter of fact, she had a draw with the girl that went over there to England, Jamie Mitchell, I believe her name, and she went over there and won a title on a DAZN call.
Sharetta Metcalf.
Yeah, but they call her Shay.
Yeah, yeah, she's good. She's good. I actually watched her fight a couple times.
That's what I'm saying. She fight at 118 because the girl that went over there and won the belt, that beat the Shannon Courtney. What's her name? Jamie Mitchell. That's her name. Her and Metcalf had a draw.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a draw a couple years ago. She like 9-3, 10-3, something like that. But shout her out, man. Maybe she can get a maybe she could get a title fight at 118 or 122.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's straight out of Dallas too.
Nice, good for her. Like I can see that, she's pretty old, but yeah.
Hey man. Hey. A women's boxing is just like the heavyweight division. You can blossom there in your late 30s or 40s, man. You never too old. As long as you can punch a little bit, you got a shot.
Yeah, to me, I'm just a believer of, boxing is a young gun sport, and I mean, you got to stay in shape to to actually be in there with all the top guys or top level competition. But I definitely do agree age does not matter in a fight because guys like Bernard Hopkins proved that in the ring. So yeah, I mean, if you have all the hard work that beats all the talent, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win. So
I mean, look at basketball, man. LeBron James, I saw a stat today where they were talking about how at 37 he averaging 28 points a game, right? So that's the most ever anybody over the age 36 and over has never averaged 28 points a game.
Yeah,
and they were saying that LeBron James' prime has lasted longer than other guys' career. So, I mean, I wouldn't just pick a 36, 37, 38-year-old fighter to beat a 22-year-old. But as far as in women boxing and heavyweight boxing, I think it can happen. Matter of fact, with the heavyweights, I think they get better with age because last night, even though my man lost to Ortiz, that's the best that Charles Martin has ever looked.
Yeah. But I was gonna switch over to the women's division. I I mean, with that major upset with Jamie Mitchell defeating Shannon Courtney. Shannon Courtney, she basically was supposed to fight Jamie I believe a couple weeks back, but she got injured, so the fight had to be rescheduled leading into that new year. And I mean, Shannon, she didn't take Jamie seriously. She basically just overlooked her, and Jamie.
And also, you gotta look at this, and I know that Art Man and Allen will agree with this. If they allow Jamie Mitchell to win a split decision in England, 100%, it should have been a 9-1 or You know what I'm saying? It was a dominant performance, you know. So even though she took her lightly, Jamie Mitchell dominated her in that fight.
Yeah, even though that the judges were corrupt out there, Jamie pretty much showed that Shannon's not on her level, and
Right.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure
And
Shannon
that
would have been stopped.
and that show you the arrogance for somebody that really can't fight to feel like they got the nerve to overlook somebody. That's crazy.
Yeah, because they basically like rely off of what the home cooking that the judges give to them. So I mean, if it's in their
Right.
backyard, then they just basically say, "Oh well, it doesn't matter how well that I do, so therefore I'm just gonna let the judges do it for me." And I mean, take a look at fucking Ricky Hatton's son, Campbell Hatton. That motherfucker got that robbery decision over that Spaniard dude that was busting up like basically beating the shit out of him. So
Hey, speaking of Ricky Haddon's son, Art Man, how much you weighing right now? Art Man must be off. But shoot, man, we need to try to get Art Man to fight what is his first name? Campbell?
yeah, Campbell Hatton.
Yeah. Sound like a farmer, man. When you sound like a fighter.
Yeah, Campbell Hatton is trash. I don't see him going that far. So I find it very sad that his father actually thinks that his
He
son
can
is
fight.
actually, yeah,
Man.
yeah. I can't
Rick,
wait till Campbell
man.
gets knocked out. And I believe
Yeah,
he
it
fights
won't
at
be long.
featherweight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it won't be long. It won't be long.
I was gonna ask, like, what's your thoughts on that one kid, Raymond Ford?
Raymond Ford. I'm not as high on Raymond Ford as I am like Keyshawn Davis and some of those guys that we've been talking about. Even Gary Russell. I'm just saying guys that were in the amateurs close by each other or was Olympians. Charles Cornwell. I'm not as high on him like that, but but I mean, he's with Eddie Hearn, them guys, so I'm sure he's gonna run up a good record until he fights someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he need to get somewhere where he can develop because I think he's not ready for, you know, to move up into fighting real good competition right now.
yeah, like top 15, like featherweight fighters.
Right.
Or, yeah, yeah. I think Raymond's good. He just needs a lot of veteran level experience before he gets up.
Yeah, he definitely need that. Right. Because a guy like Keyshawn Davis, man, I could see him, in the next year and a half fighting, for a belt at 40 or 35, 40. I think he had 40, right?
He's at 135.
35. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, man. I mean, look, man, I like Devin Haney. I like those guys. I like T.O. But man, I just kind of see, Keyshawn Davis might be a little level above them guys. Once he get the experience, I don't see how those guys will be able to beat him. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think Keyshawn Davis needs to grow a bit more, and then he'll be ready because
Yeah.
he definitely like just like style wise, he can beat top level opposition. So there's no
Yeah.
doubt about that.
Just a few more fights, I think. I think, maybe they get him to about 10-0, but he don't need a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna need years upon years of building and stuff like that. I don't think.
Yeah, I just hope he gets paid good money for those big tough fights because I
Yeah.
think I think Keyshawn's toughest opponent will be Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and it'll definitely be Frank Martin because once
Yeah.
Haney leaves, Frank Martin, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, William Zepeda, and maybe Jose Valenzuela might be the toughest, opposition.
Well, you know, I don't know how much longer Frank Martin and them gonna stick around. Those guys, man. I mean, he's 26, and you know, these
Yeah, yeah,
guys, man. You know, my thing is this, man. A lot of these guys, they say that they looking for opponents, but I mean, I might have looked at a little era before you know, as far as fighting. Don't get me wrong, people have ducked people in every era, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that Frank Martin and those guys deserve opportunities, man. You know what I'm saying? They deserve opportunities. And I don't know if these guys, if they can't get the opportunities at 35, I might be, I might be afraid that some of them might go to, 40.
yeah. I think Frank Martin should probably try to fight or try to make the attempt to fight Devin Haney if Devin Haney is not able to get the Cambosos fight, and then let's
I
just go.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But the thing is that now I haven't heard Devin Haney ever say that he wouldn't fight a guy. But you know, sometimes, man, even though guys say stuff like that, they're gonna try to do what's best for their career. Frank Martin might not be what's best for his career right now. That's what he might be thinking. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what he'll say. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm just pretty sure like Devin doesn't want to take any like high risk, low reward type of fights. He just wants let the fights that make the most sense financially. And I think Cambosos
Right.
is pretty much like the final option to try to make that fight. And if it doesn't happen, just go ahead and move up to 140 when Josh Taylor vacates.
Yeah. And then it's gonna be like I said though, but there's some guys that can fight at 140. There's some good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Good young fighters, veteran fighters. You got people that can fight. So, you
I was gonna ask,
just
what's your thoughts on Teofimo Lopez possibly facing Montana Love?
you think they're gonna fight?
I mean, that's what I heard according to Blue Blood. He made a video on it.
Okay, that sounds strange. I'm not saying that it ain't gonna happen. It just sounds strange. So T.O. will move up to 140, and his first fight is gonna be Montana Love. Montana Love just started fighting with Eddie Hearn, right?
Yeah.
And T.O. read up with Top Rank. So Top Rank first fight they're gonna have for T.O. in a non-title fight would be Montana Love. Sounds unlikely. I'm not saying it ain't gonna happen. Just sounds unlikely. Now, I don't have no sources, so I don't know. But if they ever fought, I mean, I guess like if they fight right now after the Cambosis fight, I mean, I would take Montana Love. But if like T.O. maybe got used to the weight and the weight class and stuff, maybe I would take him. But that fight just seems strange, though. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Just seems strange, right? You agree?
Yeah, it does. But on top of that, Bob Arum wants him to fight the winner of Jose Pedraza and Jose Ramirez. But I
Okay.
don't see.
He can, in my opinion, he could fight those guys his first fight after the Cambosis fight because um I thought that he was injured after the Cambosis fight, so I didn't think he was just gonna come right back. So that fight makes more sense if they fight in like May or something like that. He come back and fight Pedraza or Ramirez because that's more a fight that I think he can handle more. And I just don't see the normal way that Top Rank does. I never see Top Rank just throwing their fighters that they building even a little bit to help another company, with a fighter that they just got or something. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like
Yeah, and Trap Media just said that a lot of these videos out here they be entertainment just to capture people and draw the viewer. Yeah, I agree because that's what I was just saying. Trap is that was a fight that just kind of didn't make a lot of sense. That seemed like something to kind of draw you in to listen to the comment. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, would you want to have Tio fight Montana or fight Jose Pedraza or Jose Ramirez?
I think Pedraza or Ramirez would probably be the more realistic fight to me.
Yeah, because I mean, this is Tio's first fight at 140, and all three of those
Right,
guys are like supremely difficult to the, like, to the
right,
point of, if they could take Tio's best punch, then, like, what does that say, like about Tiafimo, like,
right. And then Montana Love, it just kind of seemed, like I said, just seemed unlikely. But the one dude that was saying about Steph Curry, I mean, Steph Curry to me is a great player, but I wouldn't put him above LeBron James. He a great shooter, but as far as doing everything, like LeBron James do everything, man. He do absolutely everything.
yeah.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, man. So I wouldn't say that, you know.
Would you uh think that LeBron's better than Michael Jordan?
I mean, I don't know, man, because I grew up watching, Michael Jordan, and when I was grown, I seen LeBron James. And I mean, it's hard. It's easier to um, put Steph Curry against LeBron because they fight. They play in the same era. You know what I'm saying? Same rules. Everything is the same. Where Michael Jordan played in a time when you could body slam somebody out on the court. You know what I'm saying? They could get in fights and flagrant fouls were regular fouls and stuff like that. So it's hard to compare era where you could play football against a guy and the rules were different. People weren't really shooting 3-pointers and stuff like they did, and you know what I'm saying, like it's different. All three of them, like Michael Jordan changed the game, and then LeBron has changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like people, this is like an era where people are being unselfish and passing the ball and want to rebound, do triple doubles, and do stuff like that. Michael Jordan was about scoring. You know what I'm saying? He won championship, but he was more scorer. You know what I mean? So it's difficult, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I said all that to say I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's good enough that Michael Jordan and Kobe face each other.
Right. Yeah. Mike was at the end. Yeah. Now I definitely think that Michael was greater than Kobe as far as a player. Um, you know what I'm saying? But it's harder for me with the other comparison.
Yeah.
Yep. It's harder for me. But yeah, man. So I agree with you there. What fights coming up besides the Gary Russell? I heard y'all talking about that.
There's a top rank fight that I'm going to January 15th. That's
Okay.
the Joe Smith Jr. Caleb Johnson fight
Oh
card.
yeah. Okay. That's a good
Uh,
fight.
there's like a bunch of good young talent that's going to be fighting on the card. Omar Rosario, Troy
Okay.
Williamson, uh,
Yeah.
Bruce Carrington, and Abraham Nova. He'll be the co-main event against.
Okay. Abraham Nova.
Yep.
Who's
And
Abraham fighting?
he's fighting that Mexican dude that got his ass whooped by Louis Coria. His name is Jose Enrique Vivas.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
I think Nova might win a decision.
yeah, I think so too. I don't think featherweight's like a good weight for him to stay for too long.
Yeah, he might have to go to 30 or 35, man.
Yeah,
Which
because I was
that's another thing that I hate that fighters do, man, is stay at these weight classes so long, man. Like they done outgrow the weight class, they still there, you know. Like that's crazy.
there's another fighter, or there's two other fighters that I'm also gonna see, hopefully in person too. Katir Nazi Goldson at Albany, New York, and Jahai Tucker at I believe he's from Deer Park, New York.
Okay. What is record?
Jahai Tucker's 5-0 at 147, and Kassir he's 4-0 at 140. But yeah, Kassir and Jahai, they technically fight in the same division because I know Kassir, he was fighting at welterweight in all four of his fights, but I guess he decided to move down to 140. So this will be his 140-pound debut.
Hey man, again, that's cool, but I'd rather you fight your weight class, you know what I'm saying? So if that's his weight class, fight it. But sometimes guys be, feeling that they need an advantage to go up. I mean to go down. Sometimes it's better to stay up at a weight class. But look, man, I gotta run, brother. But it's been good hollering at y'all, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Nice talking with you.
You too, man. All right, y'all take care.
Yep, I'll see you. Yo, Art Man, you still there? Yo, Alan. Yeah. Oh. Whew. Yo, Art, you still there? Oh. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get up out of here. So, all right. Thank you very much, Artman, and thank you, Alan. But I'll get up out of here unless the show's still continuing. But I'll be gone for now. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Nah, I swear I'm not asleep. I'm not up. I'm just over here just kicking back. I was just letting y'all cook. I had dropped the link for my dude Hakeem so he could join. He said he fell asleep. Dude, it's only like 7 o'clock. I'm still up, man. Hold on. Anyways, look. I was just looking at the chat whole time, and I'm just see you guys talk about basketball and shit. That's where y'all lose me at, cause I don't watch basketball. Only boxing. Said, man, people was calling for you. Oh shit, my bad. I just had it on real low. Niggas probably think, oh man, this nigga R man, he don't fuck with us. Nah, I do. I'm just sitting back. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Allen ass either. His ass, he out of here too. But shit, anyways, I'm about to go ahead and end this live anyways. Been cooking it for 3 hours. We're gonna do this shit again. Shout out to you guys. See you guys tomorrow.